Jones looking for Keenan Webb, has a step on the receiver, and it's good. It's in. 5, touchdown, Guthrie Bluejays. And the Guthrie Bluejays are state champions for the first time in school history, and they are celebrating on the field.
The following is a production of Guthrie Football, 4-time state champions.
Staley gets the snap. He's running with it left side. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Guy Staley and the Blue Jays regain the lead.
Next time that I talk to you, I will be talking to the greatest team in Guthrie High School history.
The Blue Jays are looking to add yet another gold ball made of Guthrie blue.
Ryan Dutton takes the snap, and there you have it. The 2011 Class 5A state champions are your very own Guthrie Blue Jays for the third time in school history, and they have dashed onto the field. Motions to the left side. They run to the left side with Alexander across the 5 to the 1. Touchdown! Ide Alexander. And for the fourth time in school history, the Guthrie Blue Jays are your Class 5A state champions, and strike up the band one final time.
One thing that will never be replaced is MTXE. Mental toughness, extra effort.
It's being determined to win in the face of all odds, all obstacles, and coming together as a unit to accomplish that.
Year after year, the Blue Jay offense is amongst the most prolific offenses in all of Class 5A.
Option reverse to Callens. Callens looking to throw. Wide open. Blaze Hastings, can they connect? He does! Touchdown, Blue Jays! Reverse pass, and the Blue Jays are on the board. Strike up the band!
It's that time again. It's time for Blue Jay football.
Hit hard. Landry Chapel gets every Blue Jay fan off their seat.
It's now.
Strike up the band!
On the Guthrie Radio Network.
Guthrie football. Open up minds. It's time to go.
Launch authorization received. Countdown sequence initiated.
3, 2, 1.
Guthrie Blue Jay Football 2017 is brought to you by Terra Insure Group, insuring your world. Interbank, what's going on now at your hometown bank? Golden Chick, the original and still the best. John Vance Auto Group, where it's comfortable to buy a car. Mercy, your life is our life's work. Golden Age Nursing Home, making the toughest decisions of your life the easiest choice you've ever made. Eskridge Chevrolet, a name you can trust for over 50 years. Guthrie Blue Jay Football is also brought to you by F&M Bank, Merritt Roberts Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Sonic on Highway 33 and I-35, Guthrie Tag Agency, and Hayes Funeral Home. Welcome to Guthrie Football.
The following is a production of Guthrie Football, spanning across the Blue Jay Radio Network.
Throws it up for Dante Boston in triple coverage. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
Now, let's go live to the stadium with the voice of the Blue Jays, Chris Evans, and tonight's Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show.
For the first time in a month, the Guthrie Blue Jays are on the road. Tonight, the Jays have made the short drive down I-35 and have landed here in Oklahoma City. Good evening, I'm Chris Evans, and welcome to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show for tonight's road contest between the Guthrie Blue Jays and the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish. Thanks for joining us as you listen across north central Oklahoma on Hot 93.7 FM and around the globe on Guthrie Sports Page, Guthrie News Page, and the Guthrie News Page mobile app. We come to you from Preble Stadium on campus of Bishop McGuinness. Be sure to stop in and visit Interbank at 224 East Oklahoma or visit Interbank on the web at interbank.com. Member FDIC. Coming up in moments, my partner, Casey Porter, Phil Nichols, and Craig Fleck join me, and we take a look at this Class 5A district game between the Jays and the Irish. The Blue Jays are coming off a setback to Carl Everett last week and enter with a 1-3 overall record and an 0-1 5A2 district record. For McGuinness, the 5A state runner-ups from a season ago, enter with a perfect 4-0 record with wins over Del City, Bishop Kelly, Enid, and Woodward. The Irish have won 16 of their last 18 games and have one of the most talented players in the state in Dominic Richardson, a transfer from Piedmont 2 seasons ago. Before that, we'll take our opening timeout. After these short messages, Casey joins us and talks with Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beebe. You're listening to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show on the Blue Jay Radio Network.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Stay tuned. Next up, Casey goes inside the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner with Blue Jay head coach Kelly Beebe when the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show returns.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years. I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
Welcome back to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show in the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner. Oklahoma Farm Bureau is your central location for all of your insurance needs. Contact Merritt Roberts, 282-2266. That's at Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Oklahoma Farm Bureau living beside you, working for you. We now bring in the Blue Jay head coach, Kelly Beebe. And, Coach, this is the part of the year you're getting about halfway through the season, and this is where a lot of teams you see them start to get a little bit beat up and slowing down a little bit. It's kind of the opposite for your team. It seems like the Blue Jays are getting a little bit more healthy.
Yeah, we're getting some players back. You know, we've been in a brutal stretch of our season with the 6A competition the first 3 weeks, and then, you know, great Carl Albert team with just loaded with skilled kids. And you know, the road doesn't get any easier tonight with a great Bishop McGuinness team. You know, that was your 2 finalists from last year, Carl Albert and Bishop McGuinness. And you know, through attrition of the season early, we're actually getting some kids back. Isaac Lewis will be available for service tonight. J.D. Coonfield's back. And then Bradley Hawker's back. So those 3 will help us getting them back in and getting them some game reps and game experience. And so we're pleased about that.
Well, Coach, you talk about the way that this season's gone to this point, the way that the season finishes schedule-wise. Just kind of give us a State of the Union address as far as where Blue Jay football is at right now.
Well, you know, we've had good practices with these young men. They're pretty resilient, you know. We've had some tough ball games. I do think we've improved overall as a ball club from week 1 to week 5. It was hard to tell against an ultra-talented Carl Albert team that, you know, had speed at every position that was just a little bit faster than ours. Our physicality, our conditioning, and those type of things have been good. And like I say, we're rounding back into full strength as far as our numbers of all the kids we were counting on at the beginning of the year. So, you know, we'll go out tonight against a great opponent on the road down here. We haven't been on the road in a month. Kids are kind of actually excited about it. We'll get down there to great Bishop McGuinness Ball Club. And you know, it's going to be a physical ball game. We're going to have to run the football. We're going to have to stop the run. And you know, those are always the components of a win. And looking forward to it.
Well, pause, fans, but don't go away. Next up, when we return, Chris will rejoin us, and when we do, he'll bring us tonight's opponent preview, and he'll talk about the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish. That's when the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show from the Guthrie Radio Network continues in a moment.
If it has to do with cars, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, or boats, the Guthrie Tag Agency can do it all. Hello, friends. This is Chris Evans, the voice of the Guthrie Blue Jays, letting you know the Guthrie Tag Agency has a new, friendly staff that is trained and experienced and will help provide you with fast and accurate service. I know they help me with all my Pike Pass and car needs so I can follow the Blue Jays all over the state. Give them a call at 282-3873, open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 2105 South Division.
The Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues next with the Golden Age Nursing Home Opponent Preview.
Sports, a powerful force in our society. Through sports, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes impacts the young people of our nation. Our ministry offers them faith, integrity, and values in the face of an often confusing world. What we all have in common is our love for Jesus Christ and our desire to share our faith with others. Because as long as there are sports, there will be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To learn more, call 1-800-289-0909 or visit fca.org.
Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues on Hot 93.7 FM. For a full range of health care services and a commitment to quality, call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144. For the second week in a row, the Guthrie Bluejays will get to see one of the state's most talented running backs in hopes of snapping a 2-game losing streak to the Irish. Guthrie is coming off a 55-10 loss last week to Carl Albert and enters with a 1-3 overall record and an 0-1 5A2 district record. For McGuinness, the 5A state runner-ups from a season ago enter with a perfect 4-0 record with good wins over Dell City, Bishop Kelly, Enid, and Woodward. Tonight will be just the second home game for the Irish and second road game for the Jays as we hit the midway point of the regular season. McGuinness has won 16 of their last 18 games dating back to last season, where the Irish lost to Carl Albert in the 5A title game. The Irish are highlighted on offense with running back Dominic Richardson. The sophomore, who transferred from Piedmont 2 seasons ago, leads the state with 995 yards on 94 carries to go with 11 touchdowns. A season ago, Richardson ran for 748 yards on 110 carries and 8 touchdowns. McGuinness' offensive line was anchored by senior Owen Condon, who has committed to play at Georgia but has been ruled out for the season after suffering a knee injury earlier this year. Back from injury a season ago is quarterback Brennan Mullins. The senior, who played in 11 games as a freshman, is completing 50% of his passes for 511 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. On defense, head coach Justin Jones' 3-4 defense will feature Morgan Lau, who piled up 96 tackles and 6 sacks last year. So far in his senior campaign, he has collected 23. Up next, Casey and Coach Beebe return. This is the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of health care services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and health care agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
Fans, it's almost time for kickoff. On the other side, Coach Beebe returns to the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner and shares his final thoughts on tonight's game.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football.
Well, the reason we feel like we can price better, the automotive business is very unique in the fact that everybody that buys a car from General Motors, Ford, or Chrysler, any of them, pay the same price. The overhead is what determines the lowest you can sell a car for. And we feel like we operate on a lower overhead. We don't have to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars a month advertising to get customers to come back. We have our customers out advertising for us through our ambassador program.
John Vance Auto Group.
Welcome back to the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show in the Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner. Oklahoma Farm Bureau is your central location for all of your insurance needs. Contact Mayor Roberts, 282-2266. That's at Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Oklahoma Farm Bureau living beside you, working for you. We now bring back in the Blue Jay head coach, Kelly Beebe. When we finish our conversation about tonight's game, we talk about tonight's game and the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish coach. And when you talk about them, the first thing you got to talk about is scheme, X's and O's. They're unbelievably well coached with Coach Jones over there. And then obviously from a personnel perspective, you start with the super sophomore, number 1, Dominic Richardson.
Yeah, McGuinness is a ball club that, they present you many, many challenges. Offensively, they're a run-first ball club, and they have a myriad of blocking schemes. They also have a dynamic quarterback in the run game with a lot of read option concepts, midline concepts. The big tailback is a pretty special athlete. He's about 6'1", about 190 pounds. He's had, I think, 300-plus yard performances already on the season. And if you over-account for him, the quarterback can beat you on the keep game. They also have the ability to throw the ball downfield to a couple of big receivers. On the offensive line, is where it all starts for them. They're a massive offensive line, even without the services of their Georgia commitment, Owen Condon at left tackle, who's out with meniscus. So they present a myriad of problems for you defensively. Old-timers say that defense travels and run game travels, so we're going to have to go out and make them one-dimensional by doing all we can to stop the run and force them to throw and try to get the receivers on the ground. On the other side of the ball offensively, we've got to get first downs. We've got to limit their possessions. Coach Mick and the offensive staff has designed up blocking schemes and some things that we feel like we can have success with. And, it comes down to execution now.
Coach, and you mentioned it a little bit in the first segment. You mentioned it a little bit in your first answer there, but as good as McGuinness is, you're not going to completely shut him down. Nobody in the state of Oklahoma is. And I would assume, much like when you play a very athletic-type Carl Albert team like a week ago, your best defense is probably going to be a ball control offense, is it not?
Absolutely. And that's been the secret around Guthrie for many, many, many years is maintain possession of the football, get first downs in the run game, throw play action pass, and limit the opportunities of the opposing offense. And those are things that we are striving to be able to do, working tirelessly with our blocking schemes, our offensive line, our fullbacks, tight ends, just for leverage points. And as they continue to grow up and get more game experience and get stronger, we think we'll round back into shape.
For the Blue Jays to come on the road and pull the upset tonight, keys, Coach?
Well, first of all, I think we have to be able to stop their run game with Dominic Richards and the quarterback read game. They compound matters with a 6'2", 225-pound fullback. For those of you that are Guthrie Bluejay fans, he'll remind you of Cal Davis, bigger and faster. On the other side of the ball, we've got to get first downs. We've got to drive the football. We've got to take short pass opportunities on first down. And in the kicking game, we got to turn the field over when we get an opportunity and be solid there. So it's always a three-phase attack. Great opponent on the road, second round of district play, and looking forward to the challenge.
Coach, appreciate it. Best of luck. That's the Blue Jay head coach, Kelly Beebe. Fans will pause, but don't go away. Much, much more of the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show when we return, and that includes the Mercy Health Report, the coin toss, tonight's national anthem, and the Eskridge Chevrolet keys of the game. That's when the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show from the Blue Jay Radio Network continues in a moment.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Now, let's go live to the stadium with the call of tonight's game. Here's Chris Evans, Casey Porter, Phil Nichols, and Craig Fleck.
Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show continues here in Oklahoma City. Glad to have you on board. 93.7 FM KSBI. Alongside Michael Pruitt, Craig Fleck, Phil Nichols, Casey Porter, Chris Evans. We got the whole team here tonight as we get set for week 2 of district play. Week number 5 of the high school football season. Blue Jays with the shortest drive of the season for a road game is here tonight. Blue Jays next week, homecoming with the Northwest Class and Knights, and then the slew of road games begins. It'll be at Lawton Eisenhower, and then home for senior night in week 8, and then the dreaded drive to Woodward for week 9, and the horrible drive to Guyman in week 10.
I was trying to figure out how you're going to one-up your dreaded drive there that you had to Woodward whenever you're going to get to Guyman, and obviously you addressed that with however you put it. But yes, Guyman and Woodward have to go to both of those places on the same year. Obviously not a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, we're here at Purple Stadium, McGuinness High School. And broadcasting.
Nice facility here. Yeah. They have a nice press box.
A tremendous press box. We are broadcasting on top of the press box, and all of our equipment is behind us,
yes,
and instead of normally in front of us. But I think we're going to be okay.
And we're lucky because there's no rain in the forecast. We'd be in a lot of trouble if there was rain in the forecast. But I think we're going to be comfortable up here. Hope to have a good broadcast with you. It'll be, again, the Blue Jays are underdogs for the final time this season. From here on out, the Blue Jays you think on paper will be the favorites. And you look at the schedule, Casey, and we talked about it at the beginning at the scrimmage. You got the 3 schools that have 6A numbers. Then you have the 2 best teams. A lot of people think at 5A. How are you going to be mentally? How are you going to be physically after the first 5 games? Because weeks 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are winnable.
That's kind of why I wanted to hit on it with head coach for the Blue Jays, Kelly Beebe, in the Interbank Blue Jay Kickoff Show in our Oklahoma Farm Bureau Coaches Corner, and mentioned the fact, this is usually the period of time, especially if you're 1-3, possibly 1-4 after tonight. This is the period of time where maybe mentally you start breaking down. Certainly physically you do, because you start getting beat up. But for the Blue Jays, it's the exact opposite. Guthrie gets 3 players back tonight that have not played. Of course, Isaac Lewis played a little bit last week, but really you could consider tonight to be his biggest contribution of the year. You get Hawker back, and you get J.D. Coonfield back. So while other teams are starting to get beat up a little bit, Guthrie's actually starting to get even more healthy and towards the part of the season where they have the best chance to win their games.
And speaking of beat up, we're going to get Phil's report here in just a little bit, and it'll be part of our Mercy Health report as well here in a little bit, Casey. But the big injury update of this ball game is obviously on the McGuinness side with offensive lineman Owen Condon, who is committed to play football at the University of Georgia. But a torn meniscus has him out for the rest of the regular season and basketball season.
And that's too bad, because you talk to kids all the time, and whenever they finally do commit to play college, that just frees their mind up to just simply be a high school kid. All the pressures of trying to produce for college coaches to impress them, and all those pressures that come with that are gone once you commit. And that's why a lot of kids commit early, so they can get that part of the battle of the way, so they can just concentrate on being a high school kid and having a good high school senior season. And Owen Condon did that. And lo and behold, he gets hurt. So you hate to see the last year of your childhood, if you will, that you don't get to play with all your childhood buddies.
And Phil, we saw him down on the sideline with the big brace on. A big, good-looking athlete, and offensive line will miss him, although they're still very talented, but they will definitely miss a left tackle. That's a Division I player.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's all there, guys. He's and it's sad. We were talking about driving up here. We were looking forward to watching this kid earlier. When the season began, that was kind of one of those games you said, man, I look forward to watching that young man play. So it's a sad deal all the way around. The good news is it's not a horrible injury, so he'll be able to go to Georgia where he's committed and get on with his career.
Blue Jay captains making their way onto the field, as well as the Blue Jays. The rest of the team are going toward the north end zone. They'll come out here in just a little bit. We're moments away from tonight's national anthem. Looks like members of the McGuinness Band at midfield. We'll have that here in just a little bit. We'll have our Escort Chevrolet's keys to the game, as well as our Mercy Health report for the Blue Jays. I think the Mercy Health report is getting better and better each week.
Doubt.
And we'll also have tonight's temperature. I think we'll be okay. As we are
drop
now
into the 60s before we're done here by about halftime.
Rain all throughout the week, and now we had some sun last couple of days. It's just a very comfortable night here at McGuinness.
No doubt, very comfortable. Not a whole lot of wind, and they say you get about 15, 20 days a year in Oklahoma where it's nicer here than it is anywhere else in the world, and this is one of those days. This was a 5-star day, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. And now we're just seconds away from going to tonight's national anthem. With that, let's go downstairs with that anthem.
And that is tonight's national anthem here at Bishop McGuinness High School. And Phil, we got to see Dominic Richardson. Oh, no, we're going to get to that here. We'll get to him in just a few moments here. But Casey, when you talk Bishop McGuinness, I think it all starts with Dominic Richardson. You saw him in junior high when he was running the football for the Piedmont Wildcats junior high programs. Obviously transferred in here as a freshman, had a great season. He's the leading rusher, and he only needs 5 yards to go over 1,000 yards this season. He'll probably get that on his first carry, but they are led by him. I came out this year, and he was my breakthrough player of the year. I wasn't going out on the limb or anything, but I think McGuinness did a lot of teams a favor a year ago, not giving him the ball as much as he did, but he still almost had 800 yards rushing.
Of course, they had, what's his name, Siegel?
Siegel.
Or
Sewell, or I can't remember.
The kid that ran all those rocket plays, and he was a trackster and extremely fast. So they had talented people behind him as well, you know. So, but I agree.
He's a home run threat.
He can do it all.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, part of that too, though, is that he's such a good defensive player. I mean, his contributions are certainly not just limited to the offensive side of the ball. He's one of the best corners in the state of Oklahoma as well. He can shut down an entire side of the field. So Dominic Richardson, good pick for breakout player of 5A, no doubt.
Yeah, it was an easy one. Let's go downstairs with tonight's coin toss.
Talking to McGuinness, Guthrie talking to Guthrie. If you have any problem with anyone on your team, fellas, we're going to come to one of you as the chosen captains to try to get them people under control so we don't have to. Okay? Fellas, here we go. We have a corner, we have the heads and the tails and the heads. Guthrie, you're the visiting team. I want you to call it. I'm going to let it hit the ground. Tails, it is a head.
Well, boys, we lose the toss again. Maybe that's a good sign after last week.
Yeah, coin toss have not been the thing for the Blue Jays this season. Captains for Bishop McGuinness, Dominic Richardson. Quarterback Brendan Mullins, and Brendan Mullins, Casey, a welcome sight for the Irish. Remember, Mullins got hurt in the first game against Del City along with about 25 other Irish, but he was gone all year with the torn ACL. They get him back for his senior year. He's a 4-year player for them, and he makes them go offensively.
No doubt, and they love that RPO game. And one of the things that makes McGuinness so good is that they're so smart. You know, they're able to change scheme from week to week and change and tweak and put a few new concepts in every week, and they can put it in on Monday, and by Tuesday and team, they're running it perfectly. And they have all those triple threat RPOs, the modern day sexy offense that everybody likes to run, and you'll see them. You'll see a quarterback ride. What you'll see a quarterback ride. He'll be reading the drop player. If the drop player comes up and forces run, he'll drop it off to a forward pass. If that drop player bails and plays pass coverage, then he'll hand it off, and they are simply good enough to do all those types of things.
Well, that leads right into our Eskridge Chalet's keys to the ball game. Eskridge Chalet right there at I-35 in division as the Blue Jays make their way onto the field. The Guthrie High School band is here as well, but keys to this game, I know Coach Beebe kind of got with them with you moments ago, but I think got to agree with him.
Yeah.
First downs and stop the running game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And if you stop the running game, who knows in the passing game? I mean, McGuinness is going to have receivers that are capable at quarterback that can get it to him. Very good scheme to do all that. But the best way to stop McGuinness's offense is for your offense to take the football and take the air out of it and go on long drives, first down after first down after first down. To do that, we said it last week, you're going to have to stay away from penalties. Penalties stop long drives. Guthrie needs double-digit numbered play drives all night long if they want to compete.
And the Irish make their way onto the field. Phil, your thoughts on tonight's keys presented by Eskridge?
Well, keys to the game, Casey hit most of them. The biggest key is we got to play, again, mistake-free football. We got to play a very aggressive and tough football, be very, very physical, and, hopefully we can get some turnovers, make some things happen, see if we can get out of it with the W.
And that leads right into our Mercy Health report, Phil, and we touched on it a moment ago, but three Blue Jays coming back that haven't got a whole lot of playing time this year.
Yeah, of course, the big one's Isaac Lewis, that's back out there. We're going to see him the most, obviously, but I think, and then obviously the big miss on the other side, we've talked about that as well. The big All-American stud, he's out for the rest of the year for McGuinness.
Owen Condon, and does it feel like a Guthrie McGuinness game on the field?
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's the same stuff, what we, it's a big ball game for everybody.
great playing surface down there. The field is green, and the grass is cut real short. Of course, I'm sure that's because of Dominic Richardson's speed. He can get up and down the field a bit quicker.
I'd have a bare field if I had him on my team. So, yeah, he's a speedy kid. Piedmont transfer is going to do good things, I'm sure, for McGuinness.
More with Phil here in just a matter of moments. Game time temperature, 74 beautiful degrees. Winds out of the northeast at 5 miles per hour. Expected low tonight of 58 degrees. So by the time this game ends, we'll be around the mid-60s. So a great night for high school football.
No doubt.
Week 5 of the high school football season. Week 2 of district play. McGuinness perfect 4-0, 1-0 district. Blue Jays looking for that first district win and 1-4 on the season.
Yeah, and really looking to get through this week and get into that last 5 games of the season. Of course, if you could steal this game, you're set up to have a home field advantage, and I don't think anybody's going to touch Carl Albert. So that's what this game comes down to. The winner of this, I think, is probably going to finish second and get home field. The loser is not.
Carl Albert McGuinness next week.
No doubt about it. Phil, you ready? Chris, you ready?
Let's do it.
Here come your Men in Black kickoff return style. Let's get it on.
Kick is fielded at the 3-yard line by Marcellus Owens, all out to the 10, 15 to the 20, and up in it at the 21-yard line. And here comes the Guthrie Blue Jay offense led by junior quarterback Jackson Waddell. Again, Coach Mitt, Coach Beebe, and all the coaches want this offense to pick up first downs and move down the field and keep the ball out of the hands of Dominic Richardson.
Yeah, and then obviously take a handful of shot plays, and to do that you have to have good field position. Marcellus Owens, obviously one of those shot players, a player that can stretch the field. And we also talk about, you need a lot of hidden yards. Usually you get those in the penalty aspect of the game, but you can also get it in special teams. So if you want to come on the road and pull a huge upset like Guthrie's going to try to do tonight, special teams is going to play a huge factor as well.
Silver helmets, white jerseys, blue numbers with the black pants tonight for the Blue Jays. Irish white helmets, green M on the side with green tops, green bottoms. First play up the middle for the Blue Jay running game, going from the 21 up to the 25-yard line. I believe that was Gavin Bryson, or was that Isaac Lewis? I took my eyes off.
That was Gavin Bryson.
Excuse me, Gavin Bryson. Pick up a 4.
You look at the two defenses tonight, and they look almost identical. You have a nose guard directly over the center. You have what are called 2-5 techniques, which is just simply an outside shade of the tackle. And then you have 2 defensive ends and 2 linebackers in the middle. And Guthrie is able to run right up the middle against the nose guard, and that's a good sign.
2 receivers to the near side. Jackson hands it off to Gavin. He'll try the left side, and not much there. He'll pick up 2 out to the 27-yard line, Jays, with their first third down just 50 seconds into the first quarter.
Yeah, I say, well, why do you run it right up the middle? And we'll have to get that here in a minute. Guthrie right back up on the line.
2 receivers, 1 back, Jackson Waddell.
Good concept. Try to hurry up, make them think you're going to hurry up and run a play, and then go on a snap count that is not 1 and try to get a cheap first down by getting McGuinness to jump, but they are simply too smart.
Double tights for the Jays. Isaac Lewis and Brody Hinkle, the 2 receivers. Jackson will look to throw, look Brody Hinkle's way, and the pass is incomplete as the ball went out of bounds, and it'll be 4th down and 4, and the Jays punting crew will have to come onto the field. It's a 3 and out, just what the Jays were looking to avoid here tonight.
And a lot of people ask, well, why do you run the ball right up the middle, right, basically off guard? And the reason why you do that with a nose guard is because that nose that is right directly over the center is what's called the only 2-gap player, meaning he has the A-gap to his right and the A-gap to his left, which is very difficult to do. So you force him to choose one, and then you go back to the other, and you have room to run to.
David Vargas averaging 35 yards per punt. It's a good one, as this one will go out of bounds after hitting the 43-yard line. We'll see where the official marks it. And it's the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish. They've won 16 out of their last 18 ball games, played in the 5A state championship a year ago. Carl Albert took them down. They're perfect 4-0 against a good schedule. And they are led by the quarterback, Brennan Mullins. He's number 3. And number 2 is the running back. That is Dominic Richardson.
Gone is Matt Chancellor. Gone is Rubel Go. But obviously, whenever you have number 3 pulling the trigger, and Brennan Mullins, and then you have number 2 behind him, and Dominic Richardson, you have plenty of firepower. Not as much as we saw a week ago in Carl Albert, but plenty of firepower for McGuinness.
Quarterback is a senior. The running back is a sophomore. 3 wide receiver set, 2 to the far side. Ball officially marked at the 41-yard line of the Irish. Ball's on the far hash mark in front of the Blue Jay bench. 2 back set for Brendan Mullins. Off pistol formation. Hand off to Richardson on the right side. hit, contact, spins across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. And with that, he's now over 1,000 yards rushing, 1,001 on the season. Again, the state's leading rusher is Dominic Richardson. He's gone over 300 yards 3 times this season.
One of those situations to where you just run that simple stretch play. We see it all the time. Outside zone to the right with a lead blocker and a fullback in front. You just see if you can outman that Blue Jay front seven.
Richardson up the middle has the first down as he goes across midfield, gets to the Guthrie 49. I think he got about a half a football, and the Irish will have a fresh set of downs.
Stretch play to the right, and then you have a power play where you pull a guard and you wrap up into that A gap again. We talked about that a minute ago. Right in between the center and guard, and if Guthrie can't stop the running game inside the tackles, then it's going to be a long night.
4 receivers, 2 to each side. Under 10 minutes playing the first quarter. Mullen's first pass is caught right in front of the Guthrie bench, hauled in by Sam Schmidt, the 6-foot senior wide receiver. It's a pickup of about 8 to 9 yards for the first pass of the night by Brendan Mullins.
And what happens is if you can't stop the running game and then you have to devote that extra guy into the box, that 8th guy in the box, now you have one-on-one matchups all over the field in the passing game, and it just makes it a nightmare.
8-yard pickup to the 40. Option off to Richardson on the far side of the field to the near side, to the 35. Gets past what would have been a would-be tackle by Marcellus Owens. Picks up a few more yards to the 31-yard line, and the Irish will have another first down. So you see a little bit of athleticism there by Dominic Richardson. Now they're going to line him up in the wide receiver spot.
Yep, triple option. You fake a fullback dive, and then you just simply pitch it out. That's that dive quarterback pitch that this Blue Jay defense is built upon.
Richardson in the slot. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. 1 back set with Mullen, the quarterback. Direct snap, looks to the far side, throws it to the far side, center field wide open, but dropped at the 21-yard line. Blue Jays catching back break there as Carter Moody simply dropped the football. And you look at the Irish roster, they are specific on their heights.
Yep.
Brendan Mullins, 5'11" and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you notice that Richardson ran the wheel,
wide
so
open.
The whole defense went with the wheel, and then you just had that little replacement route, that little sticker out in the slot that was wide open.
Mullins takes it out of the belly of Richardson, gets to the 30-yard line. Dane Jenkins blew that play up, made Mullins take it out of the belly and only picks up 1 yard. Nice play there by the senior Blue Jay lineman. 3rd down and 9 for the Irish.
That's that quarterback read game, the quarterback ride game we talked about that they'll have a forward pass off of to complete the triple option RPO. Guthrie did a good job with their dive and quarterback responsibilities.
4 receivers set for the Irish. Blue Jays will bring 4. Mullins looks near side, throws it. It's caught at the 18, tackled immediately at the 17. Owens on the tackle. On the reception was Trevin Jelink, the senior, and he has another Irish first down.
Yeah, and then you get them in long yardage situations and a drop back passing situation, something that Guthrie wants them to be in. You dial up some pressure and you can't get home and complete a first down pass. That's disappointing.
First down and 10 for the Irish from the 17. Opening drive here, making their way to the north end zone, right to left on the radio dial. 4 receiver set. Richardson in the backfield. Gets the snap. He'll try the right side. Stretches it out. Cuts it up to the 10. Down to the 6-yard line as Richardson has another 11, maybe 12-yard pickup. There is a flag on the far side. First flag of the night. We'll go down to the referee tonight. Be a sideline warning on the Blue Jays, so the play will stand back at the 6-yard line. So it will be 1st and go for the Irish. Blue Jays got the football first, went 3 and out. Irish on their opening drive. Irish off pistol formation with 3 receivers. And we have a flag before this got going. Referee threw the flag. And I think this one's going against the Irish.
False start.
It is a false start on the Irish. Penalty backs it up 5 yards, so it's 1st and go from the 11. Ball's on the far hash mark. Same formation before the flag. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Mullins hands it off to Richardson, trying to cut it back. Blue Jays stopping, but second, third effort will get him across the 10 to the 8-yard line. So a bad run, which results in 3 yards for Richardson.
Very patient behind his lead blocking fullback. That ISO play right up the middle, right at the tail of his left guard. And Guthrie had good penetration, but Richardson just kind of put his hand in the back of the fullback and just let him lead the way for 3 yards. Good patient run.
Here we go. 7:12 to play in the first quarter. Irish second down and goal from the 8. Mullins rolls to the right side. He wants to throw it. Does. Looks in the corner of the end zone. Cut. Touchdown. Although the football, I don't think he took it all the way to the ground, but the referee singles touchdown anyway. Irish on the board.
Yeah, and they ran basically, that's their base offense. Stretch plays, power plays, quarterback ride game, a little bit of drop back pass, some roll. You saw a wheel off of a couple of slants. It's very good scheme, and it's very tough to stop when you have athletes as good as Bishop McGuinness.
Irish come on for the PAT. Kicker, Andrew Whiskey, 6-foot senior, 160-pounder. Good snap, good hold, kick plenty long enough, and it is good. Irish on top, 7-0. 7:04 to play opening quarter here in Oklahoma City. You're listening to Blue Jay Football on the Blue Jay Radio Network.
I'm Mike Gundy, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. Your conduct is a direct reflection of you, your community, and your school. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Just like that, the Irish go down the field on their opening drive. Blue Jays went 3 and out on their opening drive. We'll have our John Vance Motor scoring summary here in just a little bit. But the Irish, with 7:04 to play here in the opening quarter, have a 7-0 lead. Coming up, we'll have some scores from around the state of Oklahoma. There's some big games up in the Tulsa area. First, this of the sky kick at the 18-yard line, returned by the Jays. It's Isaac Lewis across the 25 and pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line. John Vance Motor scoring summary. John Vance Motor, so it's all true. It's also comfortable by a truck. As the Irish 8-yard touchdown pass, Mullins to Moody. They go 59 yards. Took them 10 plays to do it in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. The Irish on top, 7-0. That is your John Vance Motor scoring summary. Blue Jays will officially take over at their own 27-yard line. The ball's on the far hash mark. And Blue Jays ran the ball on the first 2 plays and had an incomplete pass on their 3rd play. We'll see what they come out here offensively on their 2nd drive. Blue Jays led by offensive coordinator Coach Scott Mick. Been here for a long, long time for the Blue Jays. As Parker Rainey, man in motion on the right side, the halfback. Quarterback play here for Jackson Waddell as he goes across the 30. Maybe to the 31. It's a pickup of 4 yards for junior quarterback Jackson Waddell, 2nd year quarterbacking the Blue Jays. In Isaac Lewis and Brody Hinkle, Gavin Bryson.
It's a core of players, especially the junior class. And the junior class went through 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, and did not lose a game. So there's a lot of good athletes and a lot of kids that are used to winning a lot of games in that group.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Jays. Staying ahead of the chains. Gavin Bryson gets a turn here as he goes from the 31 to about the 34. Another 3-yard pickup. So 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 3. Just got to execute it here on 3rd down.
Yeah, and we saw that dart play a week ago with Jason Taylor where the back starts to the right, that right tackle pulls back to the left, and then the running back cuts back, gets behind the pulling tackle, and tries to hit a crease back to the left of the defense. So you go one way, you make them think you're going that way, then you go back the other. And with a little misdirection, that's something Guthrie's going to have to do to move the ball in this McGuinness defense. Very good play, and it sets up a very manageable 3rd down.
Blue Jays taking their time offensively, down to 9 seconds on the play clock as they just now break huddle.
Notice they're huddling. You said break huddle.
Yes.
That's not something that Guthrie has done a lot this year. Wildcat formation.
Gavin tries on the left side, upended after a 2-yard pickup. Needed 3, only 2.
And I think you got to throw out all traditional ideas of football. First quarter, you're in your own territory, just 5:25 to go. The only way you're going to win is if you have the ball. I think you have to just scrap traditional football and go for it every time you have a chance to try to keep the ball.
Irish went 59 yards on the opening drive. Really weren't tested a whole lot.
It's the only chance you got. And you can go on a hard count here, maybe try to get him to.
Fourth down and 1. Gavin will try the outside, cuts up and gets the first down. Needed the 37, gets to the 40-yard line. So it's first down and 10. Took it on the first snap, or on the first clap there by Gavin on first sound, I should say.
I promise you.
What's the difference in a
Beebe,
60-yard drive and a 40-yard drive?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I promise, well, being a junior high coach, you know all those non-traditional time deals, but I promise you, Coach Beebe, being a defensive coordinator, is a very traditional thinking coach when it comes to those types of scenarios. That's not an easy decision for him to make, to go for it on his side of the field, and he did it right decision.
Now Isaac Lewis in the Wildcat formation, so we've seen 3 different Blue Jays take snaps here already. And Isaac picks up about 3 yards, and so some creativity by the Blue Jay offense trying to find something to get going.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, Guthrie's just limited defensively from a foot speed perspective, and with the scheme that McGuinness has in, it's going to be a nightmare to get him stopped, and you're going to have to do this right here. Huddle up, take all 25 seconds off the play clock, run it at 3 yards a clip. Now to do this, you can't have penalties, because if it ends up being 2nd and 12 instead of 2nd and 7, you're off schedule.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Jackson Waddell back in there, 2nd and 8, and there you go, Casey. Flag. Now, tonight we can't hit the top because my laptop will go over the edge and into the stands. We're broadcasting on top of broadcast on top of the roof, and so we're on a ledge that comes up to about my chest. So if my laptop and papers go down, there's a lot of nice McGuinness fans that
some really rich McGuinness fans going to be in for a heck of a bad surprise, and a laptop hits them on the top of the head, aren't they?
Oh, I got a death grip on this thing.
And they're going to get a laptop that's purple. They won't even want that anyways because it's the wrong color, right?
I ordered blue and got purple.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, Phil asked me
I thought you left it in the sun and it just faded. That would have been a better story, right?
Pilty against the Blue Jays backs them up. 2nd down 13 to their own 37. They need midfield for the first down. Parker Rainey, the halfback, lines up on the right side. Jackson rolls, throws it on the run, looking for Marcel Sones. Caught at the 46, pushed out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So the Jays will have a 3rd down and 2. The Jays have already proven they will go for it. So basically 2 plays to get 2 yards.
Boy, that was a tremendous route from Marcellus Owens and great arm strength. He ran a deep out. He ran a 10-yard simply and out. Jackson, with that quick roll to his right, had to throw it while on the move and showed that he had arm strength enough to do it. Marcellus brings it in, and now you have 2 downs to get 2 yards, 3rd and 2.
Ball's on the near hash mark from the McGuinness bench. Jackson rolls to the far side, options it off to Gavin. Makes one defender miss, trying to get the 48, which was the line of scrimmage, and he might have got there. So now it's another 4th down, 2.5 yards.
Now you have enough field position to where if you do punt it, you might pin McGuinness inside the 10. Here are the situations where you think about punting, because field position would be so severe for McGuinness, it would give your defense a big-time advantage, but again, you got to keep the ball, right? I mean, you just have to keep the ball.
Blue Jays averaging 3.2 yards per play. This is getting ready to be their 11th offensive snap. Bishop McGuinness 10 plays, 64 yards on their opening drive. David Scott, Dane Jenkins comes into the ball game. 10 seconds on the play clock. Blue Jays to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 2.5 yards. Jackson looks to throw, far side, caught by Lewis at the McGuinness 49-yard line. Got the first down by 1 yard. So the Blue Jays are now 2 for 2 on 4th down attempts here on the 2nd drive. Clock stops for the moment at 2:27 to play in the first quarter. Bishop McGuinness 7, Guthrie 0.
Guthrie comes out of the huddle late with 10 seconds to go on the play clock, and then runs the play on a quick count. That's the kind of tricky stuff and the kind of games inside the games, the advantage that they give you without requiring talent that Guthrie's going to have all night.
1st and 10 for the Blue Jays, working left to right on your radio dial. Jackson, quarterback lead. He's got 3 blockers in front of him. Gets into the 45-yard line, hit hard in the back by number 8 for the Irish. That is going to be Jared Ashcraft. He's 5'10 and a half senior. And we have a helmet flying off of Jackson Waddell, so we'll have to see Isaac Lewis or Gavin Bryson take this next snap as Jackson picks up 4 yards. 2nd down and 6, under 2 to play in the first.
You got to know that Coach Mick's having a good time scheming this up as the offense is doing exactly what it's schemed up to do. 3-4 yards at a time, go first down by first down. But he's not the coach on the coaching staff that's enjoying this the most. I promise you, defensive coordinator Coach Beebe, head coach, is loving this the most.
Gavin Bryson, Wildcat play, breaks a tackle, gets to the 45, cuts it to the 41st down, and finally brought down at the 37-yard line. Gavin Bryson with a tough 8-yard run will move the chains for the 3rd time on this drive here. First down and 10, 90 seconds to play in the first. Again, the Jays down 7-0.
A beautiful recipe. This is it. A lot of misdirection. You go for it on 4th down. You're mixing in enough pass to keep McGuinness from just stacking the box up on you, and you're moving it right down the field, something that you have to do.
McGuinness, somebody takes a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. McGuinness takes the timeout. We'll be back after this. McGuinness 7, Guthrie 0. This is Blue Jay Football, 937 FM, KSBI.
You step out of the storm shelter and your home has taken a direct hit. You went online and found a policy, but you can't remember who the carrier is. Now, your roof is torn off and your belongings are scattered all over the neighborhood. Where are you going to stay tonight? How do you begin the process of cleaning up? Terra Insure Group is Guthrie's local one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. The agents at TIG all live within this community and will be there after the sale when you need them the most. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by our offices at 2403 South Division across from the Beacon Drive-In.
When it comes to Guthrie Bluejay Athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
Gavin Bryson on the first down play on the left side takes it 4 yards down to the Irish 34-yard line. Blue Jays break huddle. 1 minute to play here in the first quarter. Marcellus Owens and Isaac Lewis, the receivers to the near side. Parker Rainey tight end on the right as well. Everything's on the right side, so Jackson rolls to the right side. Throws it on the run, and it's incomplete. Pass intended for Marcellus Owens on the coverage for the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish was number 5, Will Gary, the 5'9 senior.
Yeah, and usually on 2nd and 7, you try to run the ball and get 3 or 4 yards and set up like a 3rd down and 3, right? But knowing that you have 4 downs to get it, you can run that play on 2nd down, knowing that now you can go back to your running game, try to set up a manageable 4th down. So Coach Mick is milking this one for all it's worth, and I'm telling you, this is a well thought out plan by this Blue Jay offensive staff, and it's come together on this drive.
Jackson 2 of 4 passing for 15 yards. Blue Jays got 36 yards rushing on the ground. This is their second offensive drive here. It's been pretty good so far. 3rd down and 7, though. Blue Jays have struggled on 3rd down. Luckily, they've been good on 4th down. Isaac Lewis into motion, or excuse me, that's Marcellus Owens into motion, right to left. Handoffs to Gavin along the left side. Picks up 1, maybe 2 yards at the most. So this will be a 4th down and 5 play. A little bit further on this 4th down try here. 38 seconds. Jays will have at least 1 more snap here in this first quarter.
Line up your tight end to the right, the same side as your trips. Then you run motion with that inside guy back away from the trips and away from the tight end. Then you try to run it to that motion. Again, you're sticking out your right hand, then you're trying to gig McGuinness with your left, and you just hope you get him caught tilted the wrong way, and you can catch a seam and run away from him.
Jays break huddle. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down. This will be a big one here. 4th down and 5. Owens and Lewis are your receivers. Gavin Bryson back there with Jackson Waddell. Jackson will throw, surveys the field, throws it downfield looking for the tight end. Dane Jenkins overshoots him, and the Jays turn it over on downs with 1.5 seconds to play here in the first.
If there was ever a drive that did not end in points, that was a very good drive. That was it. I promise you, Coach Beebe will be nothing but positive with those offensive players coming off the field, because they did not score, but A, they did flip field position, and B, they took time off the clock. They killed the entire rest of the first quarter. So McGuinness only had 1 possession in the first quarter. That's the recipe for success to this game.
Irish took 10 snaps, 64 yards on their first drive, 6.4 per play, 29 through the air, 35 on the ground. We'll see what they do here. Final play of the first quarter, man in motion, right to left. Handoff, Dominic Richardson runs on the left side, trying to catch the edge, can't do it. Tervey Williams will push him out of bounds after a short pickup, and that's the end of the first quarter. Bishop McGuinness scores on the opening drive. That's the only points in the first quarter. Bishop McGuinness 7, Guthrie 0. Timeout from Oklahoma City. Come back with second quarter action. This is Guthrie Bluejay football on 93.7 FM KSBI.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Oh, Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football. We're all about Guthrie and the people who live here.
The customer service philosophies with the John Vance Auto Group are keyed on fixing it right the first time. Nobody likes to have a problem with their car. If they bring it in, they want it fixed in a timely manner, and they want it fixed right the first time. And we think if we do that, that word spreads, and it has. Our service departments have a tremendous reputation.
John Vance Auto Group.
Bishop McGuinness 7, Guthrie 0. Phil, Blue Jays didn't get any points, but at least maybe momentum going, maybe? We get set for the first play of the second quarter. Second down and 4. 4 receivers set. Mullins will look to throw. Jenkins pressure from behind. Pass is caught at midfield by Richardson. Tervey Williams trying to get him. And now 3 Blue Jays will bring him down at the Guthrie 48-yard line. Close to about a 14-yard pickup. So we see Dominic Richardson running the ball. Now he goes out for his second pass.
You know what else you're seeing? Last week we saw Richard Doolittle from his defensive end spot go one-on-one against Jason Taylor. Didn't work out very well. So Coach Beebe changed that up. Now Tervey Williams is that drop player for the Blue Jays instead of Doolittle. He had the chore of trying to defend Richardson down the field in the passing game.
Irish now 4 of 5 passing for 42 yards. Richardson up the middle across the 45 down to about the 42, close to a 6-yard pickup for Dominic Richardson. Phil, your thoughts on the first few carries of Richardson?
Well, you know, based on the first few carries from Richardson, I got to apologize to everybody that I said he was better than the kid from Carl Albert, but he's explosive. He's a great player, obviously. But honestly, I thought he would do a little more in the first quarter. He had a great quarter, but my expectations are very high.
And don't forget, he gained 3 inches and gained about 20 pounds in the offseason, so he worked hard in this offseason.
Well, goodness gracious, Phil, you've seen Quantrell Walker and Jason Taylor on back-to-back weeks, right?
Let me tell you, that's about as good as high school football gets.
Yeah, it certainly is. And you know, Carl Albert is a whole lot of talent at the skill position, and then good scheme. McGuinness is a whole lot of great scheme and then good talent. I mean, it's kind of the flop of each other, isn't it?
You're really right. I mean, not taking anything away from these kids from McGuinness. They always have some very, very, very above-average football players. But based on what we saw in the first quarter, they're not at the level of Carl Albert. There's no doubt.
Not from a personnel perspective.
Right.
The scheme
not from
that
personnel.
they run
exactly.
with the right scheme, the RPO scheme, the way that they can run misdirection. It's a very complicated scheme with very smart kids tough to stop.
Well, Carl Albert's got Adrian Taylor to run the ball. Then if that doesn't work, you have Jason Taylor and Diego Richards to mess with on the outside. So
that doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt, yeah. Back to action here after a timeout taken. The Irish will have a second down and 4 play at the Guthrie 42-yard line. 2-back set with 3 receivers. Now Richardson flanks out to the left side. They will throw it to him. Lateral pass caught. And nice open field tackle by Marcellus Owens. It's going to be about a 4-yard loss. Not sure what the Irish, I guess they were trying to get open field there by Richardson.
Yeah, and Marcellus Owens, boy, we've seen him in man coverage on Vogel for Ponca City, a really good receiver. We saw him on man coverage of Jason Taylor last week, and now we've seen him on Dominic Richardson. Marcellus Owens has been through the gauntlet, and you can see that he's adjusted to that amount of speed.
3rd down and 8 for the Irish from the Guthrie 46. Mullins 4 of 5, throws it on the run, and it's caught at the 32. Makes the Blue Jay miss, makes the second Blue Jay miss, and he'll get back to the 32 after backpedaling to the 34. and the Irish will have another first down. Blue Jay defense was one play away from getting off the field, but the Irish have the reception brought in by Sam Schmidt.
Second time that Guthrie's had McGuinness in a third and what I consider long. Anything 5 or above is a third and long for me, and second time Guthrie's had them in that situation. Second time they have not been able to get to Mullins with any kind of pressure, and if they can't get to Mullins, there is going to be a receiver open downfield, and that's happened both times.
10-14 to play in the second quarter. Irish with the football and a 7-0 lead.
Setting up that go. Watch out. There it is. Touchdown.
Pass is nicely broken up at the goal line. Marcellus knocked it away at the last second as the receiver was streaking wide open for several yards, but Mullins put a little bit too much in the air to allow Marcellus to come underneath it to break it up. Nice play by Marcellus.
Sorry, partner, but as soon as I saw that flare motion, the coach in me came out, and I just knew after they ran that first flare, and you're like, well, why'd they run that play, that they had to have a flare and go off of it, and they certainly did. And it was open, but Mullins just let a little too much air come underneath it.
Second down 10, Mullins keeps it. Mullins not very many yards, but when he does run it, he's effective, kind of like right there. Now the Irish will hurry up to the line of scrimmage after about a pickup of 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Irish. 9:45, 9:44 until the Golden Chick halftime show. We'll have some scores from around the state of Oklahoma. Irish with 4 receivers here on this 3rd down 6, and the Blue Jays jump where they led to jump. It is indeed offsides on the Blue Jays, and so that'll move it up 5 yards. It'll be now a 3rd down and much manageable situation here with 3rd down and 1. Referee's not going to.
I don't think he knows how to turn it off.
Yeah, I don't think so either. He only made one signal too, but oh well. 3rd down, and we'll call it officially 2 yards. It's a long yard though. 3 receiver set. Handoff Richardson, tries the right side. Dane Jenkins with the tackle at the 22. He's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down. I certainly think the Irish will go for it here. The Irish doesn't, maybe it's not me, Casey, you look a lot closer to this stuff than I do, but they don't have that big lead blocker, that big guy that kind of leads the way for Richardson. It's like Richardson has to do it kind of on his own. Of course, he's got a Division I lineman not playing, but looks like he has to work for everything that he gets. 4th down and 1. Indeed, the Irish will go for it here. And the Blue Jays take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. 8:44 until halftime. Big 4th down 1 play when we come back. This is Blue Jay Football, 93.7 FM, KSBI.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years.
I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Big 4th down and 1 play for the Irish on top of the Blue Jays, 7-0. Irish will have Dominic Richardson in the backfield, along with 2 receivers. Certainly this is going to Richardson, right? 4th down and 1 from the 22. They need the Guthrie 21. Indeed, it goes to Richardson. He tries the right side. Blue Jays have their chance, but they can't wrap him up, and it's a first down for Richardson across the 20 to the 18-yard line, and now a late flag, and it's going to be a late hit on the Blue Jays.
That's how good he is. He knew where the sticks were at. He knew what he had to do to get past the sticks. He knew he was getting ready to get stopped, and sometimes you have to juke your way into extra yardage, and sometimes you got to outrun guys, and sometimes you got to lower the shoulder and run people over. Personal foul on Guthrie, and sometimes you got to do all 3 of them. Richardson did all 3 on that play. McGuinness will get a first down and goal inside the 10-yard line. After the penalty on the Blue Jays. First and goal here, trips to the left for McGuinness. Richardson lines up to the right, and there's that ride by the quarterback hand to Richardson on the stretch play left. Richardson has the goalpost in his sights. Touchdown, Bishop McGuinness High School. Fighting Irish have had the ball twice, and they have scored 2 touchdowns, so with 8:28 to go in the second quarter. In the first half, the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish have a 13-0 lead with the extra point upcoming. I think we're having some technical difficulties with, there's all sorts of wireless issues when you get in the middle of downtown. I know our coaches' headsets, I don't think are working right now either, so I think there's some issues going on with some wireless stuff. Are we ready to take a break, or are we going to keep it here? What are we going to do? $8:28 to go first half. McGuinness 14, the Blue Jays nothing. And Guthrie had a good drive last time. Got a couple of first downs and moved the ball very well. Got a 4th down, got 2 4th downs actually, did exactly what they needed to do. And at the end of that, was not able to complete a 4th down play, gave the ball to the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish at the 35-yard line. McGuinness went downfield 65 yards. Hit goal post on the stretch left for Dominique Richardson on the quarterback ride play. We talked about McGuinness having a lot of ride scheme in. 10 plays, 68 yards, 9-yard touchdown run, Dominique Richardson. 8:28 to go in the first half. McGuinness 14, Guthrie nothing.
Marcel Owens on the kick return from the 30 out to the 35-yard line. And the Blue Jays will have the football. Just their 3rd time to have the football. We were on their opening drive. They were 3 and out. Put a nice drive on their second set, but turned it over on downs. And so we'll see the Blue Jays take over here as it's at the 38-yard line. To the line of scrimmage for the Blue Jays. 2 receivers to the far side. Tied in on the right. Jackson Waddell, Blue Jay quarterback. Takes down the belly of Gavin. Has a little bit of room to run on the right side. He takes it across the 40. Gets to the 43-yard line. 5-yard pickup. 8:11 to play until the Golden Chick halftime show. Have scores and first half stats and numbers. Blue Jays 58 yards of offense here tonight. 15 through the air, 43 on the ground after that run by Jackson. Now Brody Hinkle, Isaac Lewis, receivers to the near side. Gavin on the right side of Jackson. Gavin gets the call here, and there's going to be 4 Irish swarm Gavin as soon as he gets it. A loss back to the 39-yard line, loss of 4 yards. And the Blue Jays will be facing a 3rd down and long play. Gavin Bryson will come off. Brody Hinkle will come off. Marcellus Owens will come into the huddle. 3rd down and 9. 7:14 to play until halftime. Bishop McGuinness on top of the Blue Jays, 14-0. And running back for the first time, I do believe tonight, is Justin Adams. 2 receiver set. Jackson Rose to the far side. Nothing there. Now he's going to try to avoid a sack, and he can't do it. He's hit all the way back to the 30-yard line. Loss of 9 yards, and the Blue Jays will be forced to punt. Here on 4th down, the Jays go 3 and out for the 2nd time on their 3rd drive, and David Vargas comes in for his second punt. By the way, earlier that John Vance Motor scoring summary was a 9-yard touchdown run by Dominic Richardson. As they go 10 plays, 68 yards. As it was now a 14-0 ball game. Irish about to get the football back. David Vargas, yellow shoes with another nice punt. Goes over midfield. It will bounce at the 45. Take an Irish bounce. It will go out of bounds at the Irish 47-yard line. 22-yard punt for David Vargas. Entered the ball game averaging 35 yards per punt. Again, as you listen online, we're working on our radio feed. Casey's working on that. Here come the Irish back onto the field offensively. The Irish have a passing score and a running score. Seems never fails when we come to Bishop McGuinness. We always seem to have equipment issues every single year we come here. Pass is caught at the Guthrie 45-yard line, about a 7-yard pickup. Forward Progress actually moved it as a 9-yard pickup. Maybe second down to 1. Midway point of the second quarter. Irish moving left and right on the radio dial. Three receiver set. Mullins looks to throw as he rolls to his right, wide open, caught at the 20. And finally across the 15 and down to the 11-yard line as the receiver was streaking wide open in Carter Moody, the young man who had the first touchdown of the night. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Irish in danger of moving up 3 scores here before half. 33-yard pass and catch for the Irish. Again, first down and 10. Ball's on their hash mark. 3 receiver set. Hand off to Richardson, trying to find a second score of the night. Contact, 3 or 4 Blue Jays. Hervé Williams there first on the tackle. Got some helps from his teammates. Five-yard pickup. Down in between the 6 and 7 yard line. 5:03, 5:02 to play here in the first half. Same formation as the one before. Second and 5. Handoff Richardson, nothing in the middle, bounces it out to the outside, cuts it up. Touchdown Richardson, but there is a flag thrown by the referee, and that's all indications toward holding against the Irish. Referee threw it right where Richardson made his cut. Indeed, it is a holding penalty against Bishop McGuinness. Second penalty on Bishop McGuinness. Blue Jays with 3 penalties here tonight. Blue Jays 3 penalties for 19 yards. McGuinness 2 penalties for 15 yards. Second down and officially 17 yards from the 18-yard line. The Irish can get one more first down inside the 1 yard line. 3 receiver set. Pitch goes to Dominic Richardson. Marcellus Owens on the tackle for the Blue Jays. 7-yard pickup. It'll be third down and 11. Again from the 12-yard line. 4:22 to play until halftime. 3 receivers to the near side. 1 receiver to the far side. Richardson the lone back. He's in there to block. Mullins throws it into the end zone. Caught, then dropped as it was wide open. Mullins led him a little too far, but probably should have been caught. And the clock stops at the 4:10 mark. And the Irish looks like they'll bring on the field goal unit. Ball's at the ball will be held about the 19-yard line on the far hash mark. So it's a 29-yard field goal attempt. Snap, hold, kick is a line drive, and it is good. And the Irish have a 3-touchdown lead, a 3-score lead, 17-0 with the 29-yard field goal.
Kicking it off for the Irish, number 66, Zach Schmidt. Back to receive, number 3, Marcellus Owens, number 6, Caleb Hoffman. Correction, 26. On the kickoff, number 26 is the ball carrier, C.J. Ward for the Blue Jays. Ball will be spotted on the 28-yard line, giving the Blue Jays 1st and 10. On the play, recovered by number 24, Dane Jenkins for the Blue Jays. Brings up 4th down and 12 for Guthrie. Kenneth Bryson was the ball carrier. Back to the season for the Irish, number 1, Carter Moody, and number 2, Dominique Richardson. Timeout called by McGuinness. Their second charge timeout of the half.
We're set for second half action here at Bishop McGuinness High School alongside Phil Nichols, Craig Fleck, Casey Porter. I am Chris Evans. Apologize for the technical difficulties, and looks like our radio feed, something back at the station went haywire, so we will not have that. But this is our backup plan on the online feed, so we appreciate you tuning in. Guthrie Bluejays trail Bishop McGuinness 17-7. The Blue Jays will kick off right to left on your internet page, tablet, computer, whatever it may be here. Glad you stick with us. Appreciate that. David Vargas approaches the football, and we are underway here in the second half. It's a high kick, fielded at the 18-yard line. Now running toward us laterally to the 20. Now backpedaling to the 21-yard line is number 1, Carter Moody, the 5'9 senior. And the Irish will have a first down and 10. Our Guthrie coaches' headsets not working tonight. It seems like every time we come to Bishop McGuinness, there is always some type of a audio technical type deal, and our coaches have been affected. I think everything here for us is just fine. I think there was some type of a malfunction back at the Stillwater studio. The Irish will have a first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Dominic Richardson, the talented running back, in there. Bishop McGuinness, 161 yards of offense in the first half. Blue Jays just 44 yards of offense. First play is Mullins, the quarterback, keeping it. Dominic Richardson leading the way, and he'll run a long ways just to pick up 2 yards as the ball was on the near hash mark, almost out of bounds in front of the Guthrie sideline. That's how far he ran for a 2-yard pickup. It'll bring up second down and 8. Dominic Richardson, again, the leading rusher in the state of Oklahoma, had 12 carries in the first half for 72 yards. Blue Jay leading rusher was Gavin Bryson with 12 carries for 30 yards. Irish have it second down and 7. Handed off to Richardson. He tries the right side, cuts it up at the 25 to the 30, 35, 40, and down at the 41-yard line. 18-yard pickup, now 90 yards on the night for Dominic Richardson. Blue Jay touchdown, if you saw it on the Facebook Live, was J.T. McFadden. Was that a kickoff return, Craig, or a punt? Oh, sorry, C.J. Ward, I apologize. On a punt return. I have my eyes on tablets and connections and all that good stuff. First down and 10. Carry on along the right side is number 7, Chris Thompson, the 6'2 junior. And he'll get out to the 49-yard line, about a 7-yard pickup. It'll bring up second down and 3 for the Irish.
And Bishop McGuinness. Well, I say that I haven't watched the last hour of this game, so let me get back into it a minute before I give you some analysis here, right? Trying to figure out our bugs here.
3 receiver set. Hand off to Richardson, hit in the backfield by Dane Jenkins, and gives his couple of teammates to get there. Tervey Williams and Dominic Gooseby with the tackles. Blue Jays did a good job of blocking that run up.
And you have a chance to get off the field right here at midfield. You would figure if McGuinness can't get any more yardage from here, the Fighting Irish would punt. And having scored the last touchdown on a C.J. Ward punt return, you would think that McGuinness would punt, and now that just down 10 points, you have a whole lot of momentum.
That C.J. Ward punt return, by the way, 83 yards. Third down and 5 for the Irish. Mullins looks far side, throws it on the far side, and is it intercepted? Out of the hands of the Irish and into the hands of Marcelo Owens. It should be an interception, and it is. Blue Jay football.
Well, you talk about big-time momentum, that is exactly what C.J. Ward gave you at the beginning of the first half with that electrifying 80-plus punt return, and now you come out in the second half, you get a good stop to start the second half. Coach Beebe has made some adjustments defensively. Offensively, now you're back to huddling up, and you're just 2 scores away from tying this game or taking the lead.
Blue Jay football, first down and 10 at their own 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Couple tight ends in there for Jackson Waddell. He'll look to throw on first down. Wants it all, goes downfield, has Marcellus open. Can he connect? He can at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Blue Jays. 57-yard pass and catch.
off of the sudden change turnover, and you see that a lot. The deep shot off the sudden change, the McGuinness Fighting Irish defense was not ready to play after the turnover, and that's whenever a lot of times you can get behind him. And then also another reason why that's so good is because it's on first down, a down in which the defense is usually playing run. They don't blitz. They give Jackson plenty enough time to hit the deep post to Marcellus Owens. Golden goal post momentum on the Blue Jay sideline.
Kick is up and good. Blue Jays within 3 of the Irish, 17-14. Timeout from Oklahoma City. This is Blue Jay football on the Blue Jay Radio Network.
The Guthrie Bluejays 14.
Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
Boy, my, oh my, how things have changed right here smack dab in the middle of Oklahoma City. In the last 4 minutes of this game, Guthrie has scored 2 touchdowns to pull now within 17-14, 9:26 to go. Third quarter, the last one, a long bomb to Marcellus Owens of 57 yards off the right arm. Jackson Liddell.
David Vargas kick right to left will be fielded at the 5-yard line. The return on the near sideline to the 10. Quickly to the center of the field, 15-20, to the 25-30, and down at the 35-yard line. Irish have a first down and 10.
Fighting Irish wanted to be conservative at all and try to win this with vanilla defense and try to do it running away. They can't do that anymore. Guthrie has squarely challenged them now, down just 3, 9:17 to go, third quarter. So whatever bullets this Fighting Irish offense has in their holster right now, you're going to see them all fired on this possession.
First down and 10 for the Irish at their own 33-yard line. 3 receiver set, 2 men in the backfield with quarterback Brennan Mullins. Handoff Richardson, trying to get the corner, cuts it to the 40, cuts it again, 45.
Uh-oh.
There's another cut. He's now at midfield along the left side, 45 to the 40. 35, 30, and finally hauled down at the 25-yard line. 50-yard plus run there by Dominic Richardson.
And Guthrie, we said, challenged the Fighting Irish, and you could just kind of feel Dominic Richardson increase his interest level and increase just his energy.
Yeah.
And just kind of, okay, well, I got to really go now. So we got to see, those great ones have that extra gear. We got to see that extra gear from Dominic Richardson.
First down and 10, run on the left side. Not much there, just a couple of yards from the 26 to the 24-yard line.
Guthrie has done a very good job inside from end to end, inside the tackle box, of not letting Richardson get his shoulder squared and get to the second level. It's triple option football, but Guthrie, very well schooled. Triple option football is what this defense that Coach Beebe has put in. It's what it's based on. Dive quarterback pitch, and Guthrie had it played very well.
Third down and 8 from the 24-yard line. Big play here. Obviously, probably 4-down territory for the Irish. They do have 1 field goal already tonight from 29 yards. Mullins, here comes the pressure. Blue Jays will bring him down for the sack across the 30, near the 35-yard line. A trio of Blue Jays there on the sack. And on there, it looked like Campbell Leach was one of the guys to get back there.
Yeah, and we mentioned in the first half there was a couple of long third down plays that Mullins was able to complete, and it was disappointing because Guthrie did not get home with the rush. And Coach Beebe, like we said with his adjustments, has figured out on that third down and long play how to get to Mullins and get him down for the sack.
Dane Jenkins was also there for the sack, Casey. It's a loss of 10 yards, so now the Irish will keep the offense on and go for it on 4th down and 18.
Smells quick kick to me. This is the perfect situation to do that.
He does back up, does a quarterback, and we'll do a quick kick toward the McGuinness sideline. Fair catch and fumbled by the Jays, and the Irish just got back on it. Not sure what CJ was thinking. I don't know if he thought, since it was, maybe he's thinking a kick was a live ball. That's a punt, so obviously it's not live unless you touch it, and that's what he did. And he did an awkward jump trying to get the ball in the air, and just a mental mistake.
CJ's one of those explosive players, you know, CJ giveth and CJ taketh away. That's just kind of how it goes for him in his young career. He gave you the big, long punt return, and now
McGuinness almost away. Mullins going to try to make something out of nothing. Does get it away. Man wide open in the end zone. Caught on a busted play. Touchdown Irish. Coming down with it was number 1, Carter Moody, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Coach Beebe is hot. I think he wanted an offensive lineman downfield. And a lot of times that happens whenever you have a timing route and the timing's off and the quarterback holds it a lot longer than he was supposed to. I think he's supposed to have a screen. And whenever it did not develop, I think that's what Coach Beebe and Coach Young were so upset with. But, boy, that was a big turning point, wasn't it?
Sure is. Irish trying to make it a 10-point lead again. Kick is up, and kick is good. 24-14, 7:23 to play in the third quarter. It's Guthrie Blue Jay football on Guthrie Radio.
If it has to do with cars, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, or boats, the Guthrie Tag Agency can do it all. Hello, friends. This is Chris Evans, the voice of the Guthrie Blue Jays, letting you know the Guthrie Tag Agency has a new, friendly staff that is trained and experienced and will help provide you with fast and accurate service. I know they help me with all my Pike Pass and car needs so I can follow the Blue Jays all over the state. Give them a call at 282-3873, open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 2105 South Division.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Bishop McGuinness on a busted play back in the end zone. It's a 16-yard touchdown pass. Mullins to Moody. That's the second time they have connected. So 7:23 to play here in the third quarter. Irish back up by 10, 24-14. Line drive kick for the Irish left to right. Will send C.J. Ward into the end zone. The Jays will have it 1st down and 10 from their 20-yard line. Again, technical difficulties here tonight. And again, we're on the road, and the bandwidth is fighting hard. They sent our internet signal out there, and we had some sort of a malfunction at our Stillwater studio, but you can still listen to the game, obviously, through Guthrie Radio, the app. We resume action here. 1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line. 3 receiver set. Isaac Lewis in the slot. Jackson inside handoff to Gavin. Dancing across the line of scrimmage. Up in it after a 3-yard pickup out to the 23-yard line.
Well, you had a sudden change, a big shot for the Blue Jays, and you scored off of that. And then McGuinness had their own sudden change and then their own shot again for themselves. So you've had 2 big momentum swings back to back. Now you're back to that 10-point spread that you had at halftime. You have the football. You just got to stay very patient here and go back to the way that you played offense early and just go 1st down by 1st down.
Blue Jays break huddle. 2nd down and 7 from the 23-yard line. Waddell hands it off to Gavin. Gavin to the 25. 2-yard pickup. 3rd down and 5 upcoming for the Royal Blue and White.
And black, yeah, with the black pants this evening for the Guthrie Blue Jays. Sharp look, big 3rd down here early in the third quarter. About halfway through, actually.
Blue Jays struggled on third downs there in that first half, and about 0 for 6. So they're looking for their first down on a third down play here. They were 2 of 3 on fourth down attempts. Here come the Blue Jays to the line of scrimmage. Third down and 5 from the 25. They need the 30. Double tight set, 2 receivers to the near side. McGuinness will bring 5. Jackson throws it near sideline, caught by Isaac at the 34, upended at the 37 from the Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish bench. They're actually going to give him to the 39-yard line. That pickup is well enough for a Blue Jay first down.
And give the offensive line a whole lot of credit. That deep out, we saw Marcellus Owens run one in the first half. Now Isaac Lewis running one on a third down play. That deep out takes a lot of time to develop. Offensive line had to give Jackson Waddell that time to throw it. They did, and he threw a dart.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup for the Blue Jays. Now it's first down and 10. Ball's on the near hash mark at the 39. Jackson gets the corner, cuts it up across the 40 to the 43-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, 5:20 and rolling here in the third quarter. Jays down 10, 24-14.
And Guthrie trying to respond after that punch in the gut that McGuinness gave him. After Guthrie had just gotten momentum back. Guthrie trying to reestablish it. Had a big third down play a minute ago.
Second down and 6. Jackson hands it off to Gavin up the middle across the 45 to the 47. We'll call it the 48-yard line. Just 1 yard shy of the first down. Nice hard run there by Gavin.
Boy, Gavin's ran the ball well. And you say, well, again, we mentioned this at the top of the show. Why do you run right up the middle? Because that nose guard is the only two-gap player. He has the gap to his left and the gap to his right. Everybody else only has one gap to worry about. So it makes it very difficult for that nose guard to stop either gap to the side of him. You run right up the middle.
Third down and 1. Jackson trying to get there, and he does. Got it by a half a yard. Needed the 49. Got right at midfield, and the Blue Jays will move the chains here. It's first down and 10.
And a quarterback that will absolutely stick his nose in there, Jackson Waddell, limping a little bit as he got off of that pile. Tough kid. Boy, he's thrown some darts when he's needed to tonight. He's stood in the pocket. He's mini-rolled and found receivers. Now he's running the football for first downs. Jackson Waddell doing anything and everything this Blue Jay team has asked him to do.
Jays to the line of scrimmage at midfield. Hands it off to Gavin. Gavin will try the right side, and a host of Irish are there to stop him, but Gavin is able to leap forward to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up second down. Jays down by 10, 24-14. 3:47 to play here in the third.
Yeah, this is just about the spot in the field where the Blue Jays took their shot last time to Marcellus Owens and hit him on a deep one and got back within 3 points at that time in the game. But Blue Jays again off of that sudden change touchdown for McGuinness, doing a great job reestablishing momentum with the rushing game.
3:19, low snap. Jackson comes away with it. Throw caught by Isaac. Trying to get it by 1, does. And now the second, third, fourth, and fifth Irish will bring down Isaac after a 2-yard pickup. So the Jays will have a third down and 6. Next snap will come under 3 minutes to play in the third.
You know, and in the first half, you were going for everything because you just didn't feel like you could match up defensively and stop Bishop McGuinness. You've gotten some stops lately. I know they had the broken play touchdown a minute ago. So you hate to just start just trying to take every risk and going for like a 4th and 8 and giving the ball back at midfield. So this is a huge play because if you don't gain any yards on this particular play, I think you punt it back away to Bishop McGuinness.
We'll see what happens here. Third down and 7. Jackson will roll. Justin Adams in front of him.
Wide open.
Plants the feet. Marcellus wide open at the 20 and goes down to the ground and makes the catch just shy of the 15-yard line. Jackson's favorite receiver got open again, Casey.
And on the wheel route, again, you just run a deep 9 route with the outside receiver. And the key to that, the outside receiver has to be inside the numbers to give Isaac enough room to run that wheel. And then again, the offensive line has to give Jackson enough time to throw that deep ball. All of that happened, worked perfectly. Isaac Lewis brought it in.
31-yard reception for Marcellus. Handoff to Gavin up the middle. Bust loose. 10-5. Touchdown, Gavin Bryson. And the Blue Jays are on the board for the third time offensively. And a pull within 4 with the PAT upcoming.
And you had a couple of huge third down conversions. You've had a quarterback that's thrown the ball well. You have a rushing game that's run the ball well right up the middle. And this Blue Jay team, just simply put, is taking it to Bishop McGuinness as we speak.
Nice run right between the tackles. First down and 10. Vargas on for the PAT. Long enough, good enough for the Blue Jays. And the Jays within the field goal, 24-21. 2:09 to play in the third quarter. Timeout from Oklahoma City. This is Blue Jay football on Guthrie Radio.
Looking to go inside Blue Jay athletics? Log on to GuthrieSportsPage.com and get all the information on all the Blue Jay events. GuthrieSportsPage.com is your source for all Blue Jay information. Visit the ever-growing SoundCloud page and listen to pre- and post-game interviews, player spotlights, and complete game recaps. GuthrieSportsPage.com provides a link to listen to the Blue Jays streaming live over the World Wide Web and has pre- and post-game stories for your reading enjoyment. GuthrieSportsPage.com, your source for all Blue Jay information.
This is Craig Fleck. Stay tuned after the break when Phil Nichols will join me for first half stats and more on the Golden Chick Halftime Show.
I guess every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
For sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are underdogs, Casey, but they're fighting hard tonight.
No doubt about it. And after two sudden change situations, one for the Blue Jays, and Guthrie scored on a long bomb after interception of Marcellus Owens. Then a sudden change back to McGuinness. Guthrie, you mentioned you needed to go just simply back to running your offense and run the ball up the middle and doing all that. Guthrie completely regained momentum. A great drive. Went back and scored again. Now down just 3 again, 24-21.
Richardson from the 10, quickly to the 20. Upended across, after he got across the 25. I think that's Justin Adams with a nice tackle. It is, and the Irish will have a first down and 10, just shy of their 30-yard line. 2:04 to play in the third, a 3-point game.
And if you remember last possession, it was that stretch right that McGuinness and Dominic Richardson specifically was able to run and cut it back and get the 56 yards on to set up the last touchdown. Let's see if McGuinness goes back to their RPO. You know, they ran that stretch. You know, Guthrie's playing run on that first down. That's where you got to be careful on first down here as Dominic Richardson's to the slot to the top on the trips. 4
receivers into formation, Richardson into motion. They will fake it to him, run it up the middle. And running along left side is going to be upended over the 40-yard line. Pick up good enough for an Irish first down run there by Luke Tarman. He's a 6-foot freshman.
And you knew at the Wildcat, after running that ball right that last time, getting all those yards, McGuinness, they're so well schemed. You knew they were going to have either a pass or something else of a fake off of that run to the right that they had success with last time. This time the quarterback pulls after he fakes it to Dominic Richardson.
Wildcat man right there was, again, Luke Tarman picked up 12 yards on the run. He comes off the field, and we have a flag thrown by the referee. There was 8 seconds on the play clock, so not a delay. It's going to be a false start on the Irish. If you're just tuning in, we're on the road here in McGuinness, and so when we do our games on the internet, on the whether it be Facebook or YouTube, we have home internet, so we have all the internet in the world we can have. On the road is going to be tough. I know we're on our third Facebook page feed, but stick with it. You can always listen on the Guthrie News Page mobile app or on the TuneIn app safely each and every week. First down at 15 for the Irish. Mullins keeps it. Everyone went after Dominic Richardson, but Mullins takes it on the left side across midfield and to the Guthrie 45-yard line. About a 15-yard pickup as everyone crashed down on Richardson.
That's what happens. You remember, I've said it now twice. Richardson takes that stretch play to the right. Do we have a penalty flag here?
10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. We play first down.
Had a holding penalty. Wow.
Big play. Big call.
A lot of times misdirection plays like that one give you a chance to hold because the defense redirects. The offense doesn't know how to deal with it. But two different plays that McGuinness has run, faking that run to the right and then running back to the left. And I assure you, they have a third play off of that fake, and it will be a forward pass downfield.
That penalty, Casey, takes it inside the 30 at the 29. First down and 22. 70 seconds to play in the third. A 3-point game. Irish with a 24-21 lead. Mullins, little screen pass caught at the line of scrimmage. And Isaac Lewis makes a nice tackle as it is a 2-yard pickup to the 31-yard line. Pass caught there by Moody.
Boy, isn't it great to see Isaac Lewis again. Boy, he is an absolute difference maker for this Blue Jay team, isn't he? Both offensively, he caught the wheel route on the big third down and 15 play last possession. Made a great play in space on that bubble play, or that quick that McGuinness just ran. Dominic Richardson's in the slot again. He came back in motion and they faked the handoff to him last time. See if he runs a pass route this time.
3 receivers to the far side. Second down 20. Mullins looks left side, gets away from Davis Scott, steps up, and will be brought down for a sack. Give Davis Scott the credit there, but Leach comes away with the sack. 3-yard loss.
And Dominic Richardson was running that same wheel route that Isaac Lewis ran to get that big third down. And we mentioned at the time, the key to that is your offensive line has to give your quarterback enough time to throw that deep route. Guthrie did. Bishop McGuinness did not. Dominic Richardson did not have time to run his route, and thus the quarterback got sacked. And now it's a 3rd down and 23 for the Fighting Irish.
Mullins with 4 receivers in the formation. 2 to each side.
They're not going to run a play here.
We're going to go to the fourth quarter with a 3-point game, 24-21. Can the Blue Jays pull off the upset? Come back to Oklahoma City. This is Blue Jay football on Guthrie Radio.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
This is the Golden Chick Halftime Show.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football. We're all about Guthrie and the people who live here.
It's all true started with looking at our competitors and watching some of this, what I call geeky advertising that is not true. Our it is true deal is the fact that when we tell you something, it's really true, everything we do. And the people that talk about us and the things that you're told by your neighbors, believe it, we do take care of our customers.
John Vance Auto Group.
Third down and 23. Welcome Oklahoma City Purple Stadium. Bishop McGuinness High School. The Irish have a 24-21 lead over the Jays, but a big 3rd down 23 here. You got to stop them and put the ball away. Mullins throws it on the run, caught at the 40, hit immediately. Nice play there by Marcellus Owens. Irish are short of the chains, and here comes the punting team for the Irish.
That is a compliment to this pass rush for the Blue Jays that Coach Jones felt like he had to roll Mullins, which means that you're eliminating half the field. That pretty much guarantees you're not going to get 23 yards on any one particular pass. But what that did do with that 10-yard gain, it did not give you the first down, but it did add to your field position. So
pass caught at the 40, so it's 4th down and 11. Good snap. Line drive punt. It's a good punt. Marcellus Owens back at his 15-yard line, sets up the return. Tripped at the 17, stays on his feet, and down at the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. Hey, you wanted to get into the fourth quarter in the ball game. That's exactly where the Jays have right now, 24-21 deficit.
No doubt, and that could have been a bigger play if Patrick Joyce hadn't just exploded through a block and actually made the play on Marcellus and forced him to redirect. But Guthrie got the ball about at this field position last time and just started running the ball right up the gut, completed some big 3rd down plays through the passing game. Coach Beebe says it, run the ball, stop the run, and then be able to play action passing on offense. That's what Guthrie's done to perfection.
Jays come up with 3 receivers. Parker Rainey, the halfback, lines up on the left side. Jackson hands it off to Gavin, across the 20, up to the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup for the senior running back.
You know what else you're seeing, too? Guthrie's played Enid, the speed of Enid. 6'8" Ponca, Shawnee. They have a whole lot of offensive weapons. Carl Albert, they're used to seeing an incredible amount of speed. They're battle tested.
Yes.
So when you get out against this McGuinness team, they don't look quite as impressive based on what you've seen with your body of work. The game has slowed down for this Blue Jay team.
Jays 119 passing yards, 62 rushing yards. They'll run it here. Option play off to Gavin. Trying to catch the corner, gets to the 25. They do mark it there. That's just going to be a 2-yard pickup. And so the Jays will have a 3rd down and 5 play. Clock stops 10:26.
That's the problem. Clock stops. But you had a couple of big 3rd down conversions on your last drive, and that's just something you're going to have to do here again. Jackson Waddell has been spot on. This is where Guthrie's ran that out route against this McGuinness 2-deep safety look. You know, you throw it, you run that out route and you throw it right behind the corner and right in front of the safety. And if you have enough time to let that play develop and the quarterback throws a good ball and you catch it, there's really not a whole lot the defense can do.
3rd and 6 for the Blue Jays. They need the 30. Ball's in the middle of the field at the 24-yard line. Jackson takes the snap. Has time. Here comes the pressure behind Jackson with a long throw. Dangerous pass. It's caught by Isaac at the 30-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down as the ball's on the right side of the 30 toward the south of the 30-yard line. And the Jays are moving the chains.
And guess what that route was again? It was that out route again behind the corner in front of the safety. They call that a 7 route, and that's the route that you beat against a 2-deep safety because you play inside leverage, and if you throw it to the sideline there and you catch it and you make a good pass, really that's a route, that smash route that 2-deep safety can't stop.
6-yard catch for Isaac. Jackson keeps it on the run-pass option there and takes it from the 30 to the 33, a 3-yard pickup. Again, nothing fancy here so far on this drive as we go under 10 to play in the game. Guthrie down 3.
What started to happen is you say, okay, well, McGuinness had that play defense, but yet there's still 3 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you know you're having a successful offensive game is whenever you look up and the defense looks like they defense the play very well, but yet 3 yards on 1st down is not a bad play for the offense, right?
Absolutely not. Jays break huddle, 11 seconds left on the play clock. 2nd down and 7. Parker Rainey tight end on the right. 2 receiver set. Jackson looking for Dane Jenkins. Catches it at the 35-yard line. A 2-yard pickup.
We call that a little pop pass. You call that a pop pass, and that youngster is calling that a microphone right in front of our field mic. He's trying to figure out how to turn it on right now as we speak. Another huge 3rd down for the Blue Jays. 3rd down and 4. Guthrie has executed on their last 4 3rd downs.
Not a big crowd base for McGuinness, but they are making as much noise as they can. 3 receivers and Guthrie will call a timeout. We'll do the same thing. 8:33 to play in the ball game. McGuinness 24, Guthrie 21. This is Blue Jay football.
When it comes to Guthrie Bluejay athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100. The Golden Chick Halftime Show rolls on with the John Vance Auto Group scoring summary after this.
I'm Mike Gundy, head football coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Respect of the opponent, spectators, coaches, and officials is necessary at all levels of athletics and activity programs. Your conduct is a direct reflection of you, your community, and your school. Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
3rd down and 4 for the Blue Jays. We set to resume action here. 8:33 to play in the game. Bishop McGuinness has had the lead the entire night, but the Jays are within striking distance. It's 24-21, but the Jays first must get a first down here. 3rd down and 4.
You run it? Gone to the slot. It's been an out route every time the last 4 times.
Jackson, far side. Marcellus was not ready for the pass. It was a perfect throw as Marcellus made the turn. He goes off his hands, out of bounds, incomplete. I would certainly think Guthrie would punt this ball away.
And you have multiple receivers with Isaac Lewis. Isaac's been a weapon here in the second half. So you roll all the coverage to that side, and then you just single up Marcellus Owens, your most athletic player, back to the top. Great design, but I think Jackson threw it. Either Jackson threw it a little early or Marcellus got out of his break a little bit late, but either how went incomplete, and McGuinness is going to get the ball back.
4th down 4. David Vargas back at his 23-yard line. Vargas has to go up to get the punt. Kicks it away. Bounces at the 35, takes a big Blue Jay bounce. Richardson will pick it up inside his 20 and will be brought down at the 20. And the Jays defense will come on and try to hold this Irish defense down to give the offense another shot try after that 46-yard punt by David Vargas.
And you saw a lot of action off of the handoffs to Dominique Richardson. You saw the quarterback pull it after he faked it to Dominique Richardson. You saw a handoff going back the other way. I think all of that tricky stuff's off the charts now. I think it's going to be handed to number 2, and then maybe a play action or 2 off of that. And McGuinness is either going to win or lose the game coming down the stretch with their best player, Dominique Richardson, with the ball in his hands.
Still plenty of time left in this one, 8:16, but do note Guthrie has 2 timeouts. They had to take a timeout right before that big 3rd down play. 1st down and 10 for the Irish. 2-back set with 3 wide receivers. Now, man in the motion from left to right is Moody, top receiver tonight for them. Handoff Richardson right side, and he'll go about 5-6 yards across the 25 and around the 26-27-yard line.
And I hope they keep running it to Guthrie's sideline, because every time they do, it's almost like a timeout for the Blue Jays in the sense that Coach Beebe is able to physically talk to his defense when they run it that way.
Pistol formation. Little toss pass caught. Marcellus comes up, fields it nicely with an open field tackle. The Irish slow to get up as Marcellus stuck him in around the thigh area at the 28-yard line. It's a 2-yard pickup. It was a clean hit by, it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Now the young man slow to get up, but is getting up probably one of those bruises that he'll feel in the next couple of days.
I think the widest receiver was supposed to run off Marcellus on a deep route and didn't do it.
Yeah.
And because of that, the corner was able to redirect. And you played basketball. You ever been picked from a blind side and your teammate didn't tell you it was coming?
Left, right.
Wasn't very fun, was it? That's kind of what happened.
Thompson, the injured player, off the field. I think he's going to be okay. He's got to walk that one off. 3rd down and 1 for the Irish, less than a yard actually. I'm sure this is going in the belly of Richardson, and the Blue Jays jump offside.
Goodness.
And the penalty will make it a 1st down for Bishop McGuinness.
Got his coach, man. By the defense, 5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Result of the play, 1st down.
Well, and it's hard enough to stop McGuinness when you're not giving him freebies.
Yeah.
When you're handing away 1st downs, that's tough.
7:26, 7:25 to play in the ball game. Richardson up the middle. Well, every time you touch, you just expect him to take off. He gets to the 39.
And you know the
5-yard pickup.
And the reason why you feel that way is because the great ones like Richardson get better as the game goes on, as the defense tires. And you know if he gets to that 3rd level, it's going to be out the door, out the back door, and away he goes, you know? So you just hope you fit it every time, because if you don't, he's got some speed.
2nd down 5 from the 39. Ball's on the near hash mark in front of the Bishop McGuinness bench. 3 receiver set. Handoff Richardson. No, he kept it. Mullins did, excuse me. And he's going to be driven out of bounds at the 43-yard line by Turvey Williams. Pick up a 4. Another 3rd down and 1 play.
That is a gigantic compliment to Coach Beebe's run defense. That Mullins and Coach Jones feel like they actually have to pull the ball out of Dominique Richardson's hands to get 1st downs. that is a compliment to the rush defense, and I think they gave him the first down.
Yeah, the officials talked about it for a brief second, and they do give them the first down. So
big-time compliment to that defense, though, that McGuinness is still having to dive deep into their playbook.
6:14, 6:13 left in this one. Coming up on the midway point, 3 receivers set. Half back in there to lead the way for Richardson up the middle. He goes across the 50-yard line to the Guthrie 49-yard line, 7-yard pickup.
Now that GH counter, in the old days it was called GT counter because it was guard and tackle. But nowadays, with H-backs, half fullback, half tight end, they pull the guard and then that H-back. So they call it GH counter. And it started left, went back right. Dominique Richardson got behind his guard and H-back that were pulling and got 7 yards.
Mullins options it off to Richardson. Got a lot of room to run. Makes the cut. 45, 40, far sideline, 35, and down at the 32-yard line. About a 17, 18-yard pickup. Troy Branson on the tackle.
Well, if you're not having any success with your misdirection pull scheme up the middle, then you just kind of tilt the field and pitch one out on a speed op and let Richardson use his speed.
17-yard pickup. For the Jays defense, obviously you need to get a stop here, but the main focus right now is the clock hits 5:20 to play in the game. Field goal is the most you can give up right now.
No doubt. We said McGuinness has all the scheme you need.
Yeah.
And you're talking about pitch option football in the fourth quarter. That's big time.
1st and 10 for the Irish. Richardson up the middle across the 30 to the 27-yard line. Nothing fancy, but they're getting 5-6 yards a pop.
Nope, this is what their offense predicates on, and then they hit that little pop pass or a hot pass off of it, or they isolate a big receiver. Obviously last year it was Rubel Go and Matt Chancellor where they lob one deep after they worn you down running the ball, but you're that Guthrie defense. You got to reach deep right now. You need one more possession, one more stop.
2nd down and 4. Man in motion, right to left. Snap. Mullins keeps it. Got away from Dane Jenkins, but still loses a yard. Dane Jenkins been in the backfield quite a bit here tonight. And so here you go, Casey. 3rd down, and I think it's going to be 5 yards. Next snap will be under 4 minutes in the ball game.
And again, that's one of those plays. That's a farmer play where you leave a tackle completely unblocked and you hope that he just runs right upfield. Then you pull it and you have a double team to the play side. Guthrie did a good job defensing that. I see that play every day in practice.
Certainly you hand it off here. Probably more than likely 4-down territory. 3rd down and 5. Need to stop here. No, they're going to throw for it. And it's nearly intercepted. Nearly intercepted by C.J. Ward. Pass is incomplete. And now a decision here for head coach Justin Jones.
I don't think there is a decision. I think you have to go for it. I think they're going to have to come up with something tricky, and I think it's going to have to be to the edge.
They take a timeout. We'll come back. Big play upcoming. This is Blue Jay football.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
If it has to do with cars, trucks, RVs, motorcycles, or boats, the Guthrie Tag Agency can do it all. Hello, friends. This is Chris Evans, the voice of the Guthrie Bluejays, letting you know the Guthrie Tag Agency has a new, friendly staff that is trained and experienced and will help provide you with fast and accurate service. I know they help me with all my Pike Pass and car needs so I can follow the Blue Jays all over the state. Give them a call at 282-3873, open 5 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and located at 2105 South Division.
Richardson's going to try to get the first down on the run, and he does. He needed 5 yards, and he gets 7 or 8, loses a helmet in the process, and the Irish have a first down.
You knew it was going outside. We mentioned that on the other side of the break. You knew that it was going to Richardson, and it was going to be something outside, and boy, if McGuinness has a Y-hot, some kind of pop pass hot in the middle of the field, I promise you it'll be wide open right now because Guthrie's doing everything they can to stop the rushing game.
5 linemen Hand off to the new running back due to the helmet coming off of Richardson is number 19, Tyler Travis, sophomore, 5-yard pickup. So, again, 3:15, 3:14 in the game. You got to hold McGuinness to a field goal.
And really, you can't give up. Well, you can give up maybe one more first down, but every time you do, you're reducing your chances of having enough time to score on offense by a lot.
Guthrie has 2 timeouts as we go under 3 minutes, still 17 seconds on the play clock. Mullins takes the snap early, hands it off to Richardson, left side, trying to get it, stays in bounds. Tackled at the 8, loss of 4.
Oh, and he did not go out of bounds. Oh, man.
Yeah, he went down before on purpose.
And it looked like a face mask because he was taking himself to the ground. When as a sophomore in high school, probably a 16-year-old kid. Who knows, maybe a 19-year-old kid. I don't know. As a sophomore in high school, I joke, of course, but very intelligent play, right?
It was. And I think we have a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here. 3rd down and 1, and Guthrie spins the timeout, so Guthrie takes the timeout on a 3rd down and 1 play. Now they're only down to 1 second.
Say that again.
Guthrie spins the timeout here before a 3rd down and 1 play.
It doesn't matter when you take them. Time is time. Whether it's before a 3rd down play or a 1st down play, they're going to run 25 seconds off the clock, whichever one it is, and now you got to take all 11 guys and you got to put them in the box and you got to penetrate a gap and you got to try to stop McGuinness. So that's what you're left with.
And then as soon as you say that white hot play, that little tight end streaking.
Absolutely, but if they throw it, okay.
Yeah.
But you got to sell out now, right? And McGuinness is going to try to spread you out so you can't. But I promise you, everybody at Guthrie has available.
Watch 20
to play run. Yeah.
Josh McDaniel.
If anybody other than 2 gets it, they'll probably get the first down. But if 2 doesn't, there will be a lot of penetration to him.
3rd down and 1. Hand off to Richardson. He has it and more across the 5. First down and goal for the Irish from the. It'll be inside the 3.
McGuinness cannot take a knee. You know, I'm one of those geeks that likes to play the game out mathematically. With no timeouts and the clock is under 2 minutes, you can mathematically take a knee. Guthrie has 1 timeout and 2.5 to go, and the clock just chopped back in for the 25-second clock. So this is a situation to where McGuinness still has to score or the game will be in jeopardy by the time Guthrie gets the ball back.
4 receivers. Richardson gets the call, cuts it up. Jay stop him for a 1-yard pickup to the 2-yard line.
What you can't do is let them run about 3 plays and then score. If they're going to score, it needs to be on the very first play they run, right?
Yeah, then you got to score fast. You got to get an onside kick and score again.
I understand, but what I'm trying to say is if they take 3 plays and then score, that completely seals the game.
Irish will go under center. Mullins will go on the left side. He trips up at the 1, and the Irish could have took another 20 seconds off that clock. They did the Blue Jays a favor there, and now Coach Kelly Beebe wants a timeout. He's actually running onto the field.
Golly.
Had to run almost in front of the official. As an official, you have to be aware.
Are you serious?
That a timeout needs to be taken at any given time. Coach Beebe does get it, stops the clock for the final time as far as a timeout with 1:40 left, and again, it's 3rd down and goal from the 1.
Well, they make you stay. You know, you can't pass the 25 because you got to stay in the box. And if they're not looking at you, what do you do?
Well, Coach Beebe sprinted out there. Then as soon as he called the timeout, he sprinted back because he knows he can't go past the 25. So.
We are big time official supporters, but that was poor officiating.
Yeah. You got to be ready for that.
Yeah, man. I mean, as a referee, you're waiting for when they're going to call it, not if, right? I mean, but anyways, move on, right?
Injured player down on the field. Looks like, he was just stretching. That's Campbell Leach. He's okay.
Another one of those sellout plays. Guthrie had a 3rd and 1 last time, and Richardson got the first down.
3rd and goal from the 1.
Do you get cute if you're McGuinness?
No.
The Tebow pop pass, anything like that?
I give it to the state's leading rusher twice and
then
see what
happens.
happens.
Then you go for it on 4th.
Yeah,
I would.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I would.
3rd down and 1. Jays need a stop. 2 stops. Mullins up the middle.
No,
Dave
sir.
Jenkins will get him from behind.
They got cute.
Lost a yard.
They got cute. They did not give it to 2. And they tried 3 lead blockers, and really all they did was just clog everything up to where Mullins could not run the football. I think McGuinness needs to run it down, call a timeout with 1 second to go on the play clock, and figure out what play they want to run on 4th down.
I think they can get this down to 155, 150, or 55 seconds, 54 seconds before they have to call a timeout here.
Last thing I want if I'm McGuinness is a special teams play, unless you have a 2-score lead. No way on earth I kick a field goal.
No way.
No way.
No way. If I don't get it, they have to go 90-some-odd yards.
That's not even and a touchdown beats you anyways.
Timeout taken, 55.7 seconds left in the game.
Now, if the field goal got you to 7, I don't have a problem with it. But a touchdown, Guthrie's going to have to score a touchdown either way, right?
Right.
Of course, if you don't get it here, a 3-foot. But my point is, with 45 seconds left, the field goal's out of the equation because when Guthrie gets it back, it'll be about 46, 47 seconds. You're not going to have time to go 75 yards with no timeouts, set up a field goal, kick it anyways. So the only score you're going to get would be a touchdown. And a field goal does you no good in that scenario as a Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish.
Again, 55.7 seconds left. Bishop McGuinness 24, Guthrie 21. The Irish have had to lead the entire night, but the Jays have been within striking distance all night. We'll see. It comes down to this play here. It's 4th down and goal from the 2-yard line.
It's going to be Dominique Richardson, and it's going to be him going to the right, and it's going to be wide.
2 halfbacks in there behind the left tackle. Now
here they come.
Now they'll shift to the right side.
They're going to pitch it to him.
4th and goal from the 2. Hand off to Richardson. He sprints in. Did he get in? Touchdown, Irish.
Beebe doesn't like that call either. He knew it was coming. Absolutely knew that play was coming. I didn't mean to step on you there, but you could just see by the way that thing was tilting that Dominique Richardson was going to the right. That was the wide side of the field. And when both the H-back and the fullback shifted that way, it became even that much more obvious. And I think if the Blue Jays had a timeout, Coach Beebe would have called that timeout and got that set up to where you could over that thing, but good play call. Great game on both ends. And I guess I'm going down tonight. Is that right? To talk to the coaches?
Yep.
Are we going to do all that since we're online?
We probably game time. We'll make a decision.
Okay.
Extra point is up and good. The Irish back to a 10-point lead, 31-21. Timeout with 50 seconds left in the ballgame. This is Blue Jay football on Guthrie Radio.
John Vance Auto Group is proud to be a sponsor of Guthrie High School football.
The John Vance Auto Group is 100% family owned. My children, Megan and Garrett, both participate in this ownership, as well as my nephew, Derek, who runs our Miami store. And I think we go about the old golden rule. How do we want to be treated in these situations? We sell cars, but we are in the people business. Taking care of people is what it's all about. And it's a family tradition with each and every one of them, including myself.
John Vance Auto Group.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
It appears that Bishop McGuinness might escape the Blue Jays. We'll find out here in the next 50 seconds. Anything can happen. Squib kick across the middle, especially if you can return this one here. It's in the hands of C.J. Ward. He's at the 22. Back pedals. He gets to the 25. Far side to the 30. 35, 40. Stepped out of bounds. And the Blue Jays will have the football with 41.9 seconds.
Yeah, if you got a hook and lateral, anything like that in your playbook, this is where it comes out, right? And you're going to see 17 McGuinness Fighting Irish safeties in the game, if that's possible.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be about 40 yards deep.
Yeah, you got 3 Irishmen back. What do we say, about 35 yards off the line of scrimmage, 3 men in the back there. Irish will rush 3.
One linebacker. Just to bring a little bit of force if it's a run.
Again, Guthrie has to get out of bounds. They cannot stop the clock. Goes to the sideline. Marcellus, did he get a foot in? No, did not. Pass is incomplete.
I think he got the foot in. I just don't think that he caught the ball.
Yeah. 36 seconds left. Stay tuned. Terra Insure Group post-game show. Kind of a crazy night altogether.
Crazy night, yeah.
Bishop McGuinness, by the way, we'll get to this here in a second. Blue Jays, 2nd down and 10. Jackson again looking for the sideline. Pass is caught near the 1st down marker. Brody Hinkle with reception. Bishop McGuinness, John Vance Motors scoring summary. 80 yards on 17 plays. Took 7 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock.
Those are the kind of drives the teams go on that make the state finals, right? I mean, those are championship drives, and they just went on. Guthrie's got on a couple tonight, too.
3rd down and 1. Pass caught at midfield by, again, Brody Hinkle at the Irish 49. 1st down, 27.6 seconds. Kay Gugasberg, Isaac Lewis, C.J. Ward, and Brody Hinkle are your receivers in there. 1st down, 10. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Jackson, snap, has time to throw. Irish just rushing 3. Jackson throws it away. Intercepted. Oh, should have been intercepted at the 15. Incomplete.
Now, I mean, yeah, you got to do that, kick the field goal. I mean, you got to get in field goal range now, try to kick a field goal with like 5 seconds left or 7 or 8 seconds left, get an onside kick with 1 second left, then throw it in the end zone. That's what you're left with.
Score when
you don't have time to score a touchdown here.
Yeah.
You got to throw it to about the 30, get on it, spike it, kick the field goal, hope you have enough time to execute an onside kick.
Jackson, intercepted. Nope. Again, dropped by the Irish. That would have been a pick 6.
Yeah, Irish pretty much know that the Blue Jays have to go to the sideline. That's why. So you need to throw it to about 30 in the middle of the field and down the ball, kick the field goal. Onside kick it, hope you have 1 second left if you get the onside kick.
3rd down, 10, 15.7 left. Jackson, if he gets a sack, and he is, that's gonna end it here. Blue Jays battle, Casey.
No doubt, no doubt. I mean, that was an incredible performance for an undermanned Guthrie Blue Jay team.
Yeah. Final score here tonight in Oklahoma City. Bishop McGuinness 31, Guthrie 21. Irish remain undefeated, 5-0 as they head into next week's showdown with the Carl Lambert Titans. Blue Jays fall to 1-4 and a very tough 5-game schedule, but from here on out, Blue Jays will be favorites on paper.
Yep. And if they play like they did tonight, they will win.
Absolutely. And we'll still have a great shot at finishing 3rd in the district. Top 4 teams in the district advance. Jays still have a good shot at that 3rd spot. We'll take a timeout, get set for our Terra Insure Group postgame show after this. Bishop McGuinness wins it 31-21. This is Blue Jay football.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
Sports, a powerful force in our society. Through sports, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes impacts the young people of our nation. Our ministry offers them faith, integrity, and values in the face of an often confusing world. What we all have in common is our love for Jesus Christ and our desire to share our faith with others. Because as long as there are sports, there will be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To learn more, call 1-800-289-0909 or visit fca.org.
Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Sonic has every slush flavor someone could ever want.
This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
Well, not if Lemonberry has anything to say about it.
Lemonberry, you're already sour. Come to the sour side.
Never. I'll never join you.
Refreshment just got colorful with new slush flavors like blue raspberry made with Nerds candy. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop.
Sonic at I-35 and Highway 33.
This is how you Sonic.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Looking to go inside Blue Jay athletics? Log on to GuthrieSportsPage.com and get all the information on all the Blue Jay events. GuthrieSportsPage.com is your source for all Blue Jay information. Visit the ever-growing SoundCloud page and listen to pre- and post-game interviews, player spotlights, and complete game recaps. GuthrieSportsPage.com provides a link to listen to the Blue Jays streaming live over the World Wide Web and has pre- and post-game stories for your reading enjoyment. GuthrieSportsPage.com, your source for all Blue Jay information.
She's your mom, and you want to do your best. And at Golden Age Nursing Home and Ash Street Senior Living, we know just how difficult it is to make choices when it comes to your loved one's needs, and we can help. You'll find caring, supportive staff members and a full range of healthcare services. You'll also find a commitment to quality throughout all of our nursing home and healthcare agencies. Call Golden Age Nursing Home at 282-0144 or Ash Street Senior Living at 282-2000. You want to do your best, and so do we.
For decades, Guthrie Athletics has been a source of pride in the Guthrie community. Hi, I'm Merritt Roberts, and I've been a Blue Jay supporter and Farm Bureau agent for many, many years. I want to wish all the Guthrie student athletes not only a great season on the field, course, track, or court, but in the classroom as well. If integrity, honesty, and accessibility are important to you, call Farm Bureau at 620-4920 and ask for Merritt. I would welcome the opportunity to give you a professional evaluation of your insurance needs, or simply stop by and let's talk about the Jays.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
Coming up next, it's the Terra Insure Group postgame show featuring stats, highlights, plays of the game, on-field interviews, and the player of the game.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
We welcome you inside the Terra Insure Group postgame show here in Oklahoma City on campus of Bishop McGuinness atop the rooftop of the press box Casey Porter, Chris Evans with you here on TIG Post-Game Show. Be sure to go by and say hello to my good friends, Seth Robbins, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes. They'll take care of your insurance needs and have done so for many, many years. And they do a lot of stuff. And get this, you can go to Terra Insure Group Post-Game Show, or Terra Insure Group, and get pet insurance now.
Oh, really?
You can get pet insurance.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Fido is covered.
Pet insurance.
You love animals. You might think about the pet insurance.
Oh,
but
no doubt.
So, but pet insurance to RV insurance to auto insurance to home insurance, 2403 South Division, TIGOK.com. Well, Casey, the Blue Jays were underdogs, to say the least. I think for the final time this year. They played a tough schedule and coming off an embarrassing loss last week, 55-10, really wasn't that close. You could have easily tucked in. Hey, McGuinness was in a championship game. They won 16 out of 18 games, dating back to last year. They got a great running back, but they didn't tuck their tail and go home. They played
absolutely
tough
not.
all four quarters.
And got behind early and didn't look good defensively early and didn't look like Guthrie was ever going to stop McGuinness. And then all of a sudden they did. And then all of a sudden C.J. Ward returns a punt. And then all of a sudden in the second half you get an interception. Then all of a sudden you go on you hit that long ball to Marcellus Owens. All of a sudden it's a 3-point game. And McGuinness is like, holy cow, we got to run all of our offense. We got to run our RPO scheme. We got to make sure number 2. And then they hand it off to number 2. They go on an 83-yard drive, and you're thinking, okay, well, all right, there's a turning point. Then Guthrie goes on an 83-yard drive after the pass into the end zone after the muff punt by C.J. Ward. And then after that turnaround, you're thinking, well, now Guthrie's down 10 again. Okay, momentum's back in McGuinness. This is where Guthrie could tuck their tails, as you said, and fold it up for the night. What do the Blue Jays do? They go on a long, long touchdown drive of 10 plays, 80 yards. And in 5 minutes and 14 seconds, Gavin Bryson scores from 16 yards out. And it's back to a 3-point game, which is what it was all the way till that last touchdown.
5:14 to play in the third quarter.
So, I mean, that was an incredible effort for the Blue Jays. And I think probably turned the heads of some Woodward fans, some Ike fans, some Piedmont fans. Like, holy cow, the Blue Jays have figured some things out.
They're getting healthier, and they're getting more players to play that hadn't played this year. So, 1-4, that's not pretty, but you got to look ahead. And this is the part of the schedule we talked about, first 5 games. You got to get through it. Got to get through it healthy, mentally, physically, and then make your move in the second half of the season. Dominic Richardson, the leading rusher in the state of Oklahoma tonight, 26 carries, 195 yards, and 2 touchdown scores of the night. Bishop McGuinness, 11 of 17 passing for 132 yards. They also had 2 touchdowns through the air. And the Irish offensively, 335 yards compared to Guthrie's 207 yards of offense. There's still some things the Jays got to work out offensively, but they had 2 big pass plays that were successful in this one. Of course, the big one, Jackson Waddell to Marcellus Owens there in that first half, a 57-yard touchdown pass there to pull within a field goal, 17-14. There in the third quarter, but the Jays had their chances, Casey, late in the ball game. Had a couple of third downs that they were looking for stops, and Irish obviously execute on those tonight to get that final score, that game-deciding score. As Bishop McGuinness on the night was just 4 of 13 on third downs, but they were 3 of 3 on fourth down attempts tonight.
Yep, and Guthrie had everything that they could have asked for. McGuinness took the ball over. If Guthrie gets a stop there, you're down just 3. You get the ball back with a chance to win. But the Fighting Irish, like I said, like championship caliber programs do, they scheme it up, they execute it, they go down and put the game away, and it was all she wrote whenever they scored with, 55 seconds to go in the game?
Yeah. Blue Jays lose it here. Final score to Bishop McGuinness, 31-21. We'll take a timeout, continue on with our post-game show presented by Terra Insure Group. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football.
You step out of the storm shelter and your home has taken a direct hit. You went online and found a policy, but you can't remember who the carrier is. Now, your roof is torn off and your belongings are scattered all over the neighborhood. Where are you going to stay tonight? How do you begin the process of cleaning up? Terra Insurance Group is Guthrie's local one-stop shop for all your insurance needs. The agents at TIG all live within this community and will be there after the sale when you need them the most. Call Terra Insurance Group at 293-4880 or stop by our offices at 2403 South Division across from the Beacon Drive-In.
After this, we bring you more from the stadium as the Terra Insure Group postgame show continues.
I'm Brian Sturkle with Interbank. You can bank on Guthrie's home team, the banking professionals at Interbank. Our decision makers and the people who serve you work closely together to provide responsible service and personal attention. We appreciate your business and look forward to seeing our friends in Guthrie and the surrounding communities at the Blue Jay football games. We're located at 224 East Oklahoma, or you can reach us by phone at 282-0470. Interbank, in it for you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Bishop McGuinness hold off the Blue Jays here in Oklahoma City. Final score 31-21. Welcome back, Terra Insurance Group post-game show. Casey Porter, Chris Evans with you. TIG, one of our title sponsors for the last several years of Guthrie High School Athletics. 2403 South Division. If you don't know your street addresses, that's across the street from the Beacon Drive-In. And always have the clever signage out there. Right now, that's how I found out about pet insurance.
Yeah.
So I'm spreading the word here on Guthrie Radio about pet insurance.
This
it's pretty cool.
McGuinness guy got Arby's at halftime, and it's downwind from us, which means the wind has blown.
Arby's?
Yes. It's killing me.
So now everyone want to go to the restaurant that we don't have
in Oklahoma
here.
City.
Oh, in Oklahoma City, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have one of those places in Guthrie, too.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to send him a bill now.
We're not on the radio right now, right? So it's going to be post-delay.
It still counts. Okay. It still counts. 31-21 final score here. And Bishop McGuinness, they got Carl Albert next week for basically the district championship. 1-2 spots. Those are 1-2's going to Carl Albert or McGuinness. Now the 3-4 spot, the last two spots in the district, you would certainly think Woodward, Guthrie, and Piedmont.
Yeah.
Not Piedmont. Guthrie, Ike. Woodward, and Ike.
We'll fight for the two of those out of the three. One will be the odd man out.
Both will go on the road.
Yes.
To a tough opponent.
I'm saying right now, though, and we'll get back to this in the high school huddle Wednesday, but I'm going to change and say the second best team in the Oklahoma is Ardmore.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
Carl Albert played them a couple weeks ago. 28-12 was that score there. So
certainly from an athlete's perspective.
Yeah.
Well, Guthrie played well tonight, didn't they?
They certainly did. Cow. They certainly did. And, yeah, I had a bunch of thoughts on the Carl Albert McGuinness game, but we can save that for Wednesday night. But, I just like the
in fact, we got to do a high school huddle segment here in just a minute.
The numbers are not very nice. Guthrie had 10 first downs tonight, only just over 200 yards of offense, and there was a couple of big plays that helped that 207 some odd yards of offense as well. But this is the team. This is a team that has to coach every day. This is a team that has to execute every chance they can, and this is where game planning has. This is what Casey. I've had a lot of people. I'm sure you have too. When you go through the community, what's wrong with Guthrie? It's the same coaching staff has been here. The same offense coordinator, defense coordinator, special teams coordinator have been here when we're winning state championships and going 14-0. And they are putting the kids in the right spots on the field to compete with Bishop McGuinness in a 10-point ball game, that game that wasn't decided until the final minute of this game.
Well, if anybody has a question, if you're watching the archive of this, if you're watching it live, listening to it live, if you have that question, what's wrong with Guthrie football, ask it yourself and answer it yourself.
Yeah.
If that's honestly, if you're unintelligent enough to know the answer to that question, then go ahead and answer it yourself. I'm not answering that question for you because these coaches, Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. Anybody who's asking what's wrong with Guthrie football, these coaches know a whole lot more about the game than that person asking that question.
Absolutely.
So if you want to embarrass yourself and go into the community and ask from a win and loss perspective, what's wrong with Guthrie football, you're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do it, especially in public.
If you're looking
Am
for,
I wrong?
Well, I'll go to the chase. If you're looking for excuses, that's the last. Don't even go there with that one.
But I mean, the talent level's a little bit down, and the scheduling's way up, right?
Yes.
I mean that's what's. So, anyways, okay. Before I get upset about something like that, I think we need to move on, right?
Absolutely. Some numbers for Guthrie. Jackson Waddell, 10 of 17 passing time for 142 yards, including that touchdown pass to Marcellus. Gavin Bryson, 20 carries tonight for 64 yards. Isaac had a carry, and Jackson had 8 carries as well. Again, Dominic Richardson, the leading rusher entering the ball game, 26 carries tonight, 195 yards and 2 touchdowns, as he now goes over 1,000 yards rushing on the night. Again, final score, Bishop McGuinness 31, Guthrie 21. Take another timeout, get set for more of the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
Sports, a powerful force in our society. Through sports, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes impacts the young people of our nation. Our ministry offers them faith, integrity, and values in the face of an often confusing world. What we all have in common is our love for Jesus Christ and our desire to share our faith with others. Because as long as there are sports, there will be a Fellowship of Christian Athletes. To learn more, call 1-800-289-0909 or visit fca.org.
Don't go away. More of the Terra Insure Group postgame show in a moment.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
When it comes to Guthrie Bluejay athletics, Hayes Funeral Home is a proud supporter from the first game all the way to the championship game. Along with many years of experience in funeral service, the Hayes family brings compassion and professional service during difficult times. Owners Chuck and Lynette Hayes take pride in providing families and their loved ones quality care. Chuck and Lynette have not only supported families in the Guthrie area for countless years, but have supported Guthrie student athletes succeeding on the playing field and in the classroom. Hayes Funeral Home is located on the corner of Noble and Wentz, or simply give them a call at 405-282-3100.
Final thoughts from the stadium are ahead on the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
At Terra Insure Group, you'll be helped by lifelong Blue Jay fans, Jason Herzl, Dennis Oakes, and Seth Robbins. They aren't limited to any single provider. They'll work with you to find the carrier and the plan that fits you best. Terra Insure Group is an independent insurance agency specializing in home, auto, and commercial lines of insurance. Call Terra Insure Group at 293-4880 or stop by at 2403 South Division or visit them online at tigok.com. Terra Insure Group, insuring your world.
Back for the final time in Oklahoma City. Terra Insure Group postgame show.
We got one more break. 10. No, we're going to run that. It's a halftime break. This is the production meeting on air.
Okay. We'll back up to 10 and just tune in. We had some difficulties a little bit on. Well, not we. Up here, I think we were good for the most part. I think we had some technical issues back at the station, but we do have one more break to catch up with here as the Irish stay undefeated, 5-0. They haven't won 17 of their last 19 games. And
said they're well coached. Good scheme on offense.
I think they'll probably take a setback next week, but they'll win the rest of the games, rest of the season. And then, playoff time, you never know what could happen.
Some people across the state of Oklahoma get ready to hear it in the media. Bishop McGuinness was looking ahead of Guthrie.
Yeah.
Looking into next week, and then almost let Guthrie slip up on him.
Again,
don't buy that, by the way.
If you're wanting an excuse, I guess you can go with that excuse.
Don't buy it.
All right. We'll take our final timeout here, come back and wrap it up. This is Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Terra Insure Group postgame show.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 in the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
The Golden Chick Halftime Show continues. Coming up next, we get you ready with the Eskridge Chevrolet keys to the second half, as well as the Mercy Health Report.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
Welcome back. Terra Insure Group post-game show here in Oklahoma City. Bishop McGuinness 31, Guthrie 21. Blue Jays will try to get back in the win column next week. It is Homecoming 2017, one of the state's largest homecoming celebrations is set to be in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Got a lot of fun activities set for next week. Of course, Friday is the big day, from the alumni assembly to the parade, to the Hall of Fame inductions, to the big football game.
To school getting let out at
1:15.
Is it that late?
Yeah,
Oh,
something.
man.
1:15, 1:30.
Is it that late? Usually it was like in the morning, wasn't it?
Well, and I think that's district-wide, too.
Okay. Oh, is it now? That's good.
I
That's
think
good.
so.
Because, forever,
I got to
like,
confirm that.
Like the junior high would be in, and then the high schoolers would end up going to the junior high, and it was, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
One thing about Dr. Simpson is, well, there's many things that are excellent, but he makes very, very good decisions when it comes down to common sense type stuff, does he not?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's been around the block a time or two. That situations always seem to make you better decisions.
What were you saying about the facility he built in Stillwater, though? You were saying something about it a couple weeks ago.
Too tall, not wide enough.
Okay.
Yeah. And I did text him. I go, who designed this building? Good grief!
And immediately had an answer back.
Oh yeah. Well, I was expecting
he
that.
He had the trump card.
Yeah, absolutely. But Blue Jays will host Northwest Classen next week. Northwest Classen obviously down. Blue Jays can get healthy there tomorrow. And man, I would be disappointed if Guthrie didn't win 5 in a row. Case.
Yes, no doubt. And if they play like this, it won't even be difficult.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play like this, you run the ball, stop the run, play action pass, convert third downs. Get off the field on third down defensively, play good on special teams, not very many penalties, you'll win.
You got to show up and play, though.
No doubt.
You don't have a lot of talent
to
show up.
This is a Guthrie team that in the last 2 years, when you talk about Guthrie's won, well, you go back to the playoff game, you lose. Week 10 last year was against who? Last year, the schedule, Week 10, last week of the season?
Guyman?
Was it Guyman? Okay, so you look at you've won one game in your last 5 or 6 games, so you're kind of, not necessarily in that mind frame, but what I'm trying to say is this is a group of kids that you could show up and play bad. And if you do, you don't have enough talent to overcome it on the road at Woodward is what you're trying to say. What I'm trying to say, you probably don't have the talent to overcome it at a place like Lawton Ike, where you have a quarterback as dynamic as RJ down there. So it's a situation, and in all your other games as well, you have to show up and play against Piedmont or you'll be in a dogfight there as well.
As they saw last year.
Yeah, no doubt. So it's a group that has to show up and play as well as they can each and every night, and they certainly did this evening.
Blue Jays lose it here, 31-21 to Bishop McGuinness. We need to exit stage left before they turn the lights off, and we need every single light to put up all of our stuff. So
we need to get our Game Day Live at Eskimo Joe's segment done, I think, too.
So we need to get on out of here. Appreciate you sticking with us. I know it was kind of a lot of back and forth with different stuff tonight, but
whoever's still listening to us or watching us, we certainly appreciate it.
Absolutely. Loyal listeners. We appreciate that. Time for us to exit stage left. Final score for the final time tonight. Bishop McGuinness Fighting Irish stay undefeated with a 31-21 victory over the Guthrie Bluejays. The Jays fall to 1-4 on the season. Return home next week for homecoming 2017 against the Northwest Classen Knights inside beautiful Gelsma Stadium. Appreciate all the efforts tonight by our team. It was Michael Pruitt on the camera, Phil Nichols on the sideline, Craig Fleck with all the stats and numbers, and Casey Porter engineering, Chris Evans engineering, and we'll have to. We got some
unsuccessful.
Well, we got some more engineering to do
in the morning.
In the morning, so
I'll give you a call and let you know what time I'm headed up there.
Yeah, we'll exit stage left. We appreciate you listening. Final score, final time: Bishop McGuinness 31, Guthrie 21. This has been Guthrie Blue Jay football. Have a great weekend, and of course, go Blue Jays.
You've been listening to Guthrie Blue Jay football on the Guthrie Radio Network, home of the 4-time state champions.